Welcome to the club.
My club are mental, aren't they?
21 is coming. You're chatting gas.
Embarrassing.
Off, ref!
Most toxic fan base in the world are Arsenal.
Liverpool, the worst champions ever. What is going on? Welcome back to the club. It's myself, Adam, Rory, Buvey. We're here for Liverpool against Chelsea from Anfield. Rory's boys going into Merseyside. It's the second game of the Jurgen Klopp farewell tour.
And we beat them. We beat them today. I guarantee you we will beat them.
Clip that bit.
We beat them. I've got a really good feeling that we're going to win this today. I honestly think it. Also, you know when Jurgen Klopp announces that he's going to be leaving, people always say, the impact, and they always view it through that got me, and they always view it through the like lens of positivity, right?
Yeah.
They always go, this is going to inspire, this is going to invigorate. This team are now going to go on and win all of the games and win a quadruple and whatever else. It can have the adverse effects. When Fergie said that he was going to retire and basically had to unretire because he said he was going to retire, it got so bad. Man United finished third that year. Who tried? Pellegrini tried it.
Yeah.
Pellegrini tried it. They didn't win a game under.
We were saying off air, it's a bit like a lame duck president. You can be the greatest guy going, but if you've only got 4 months left, it's the end. Any little dent in the armour in terms of a cheeky early goal.
You're not going to be able to get any policy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just using your president.
No, exactly. Spot on. Yeah. So I think it's a little bit... But the thing is that initial crest of the wave is so strong because Jurgen Klopp is a generational manager that I think Liverpool could end up winning the league.
Just to add to Rory's point about Fergie, when Fergie unannounced his retirement, United won 13 or 15. Which is like kind of just shows you the
impact of it.
Is there any world he doesn't leave? Because I've seen it muted.
I think they've already had their throw of the dice at him because he wouldn't have announced it otherwise. Surely.
So just say I'm out of it.
They've already had a throw of the dice at him, tried to keep him, tried to offer him money, is what I've read anyway, and transfer funds and things like that.
But he said, I don't want to be a part of the reason that it's had to come out is because he said, I can't be strategically involved in the transfers when I'm not going to be the man to oversee the
We
players.
all reacted to it pretty much as soon as it happened and we weren't together. I was buzzing as a United fan. Like, I'm obviously the Premier League's weaker without Jurgen Klopp, and I mean that as a compliment. I'm delighted.
It's good news. If you don't want Liverpool to win trophies, you're more likely to be happy without Jurgen Klopp because he's ultimately irreplaceable, and what he's built at Liverpool, he's the reason that they've won a Premier League for the first time in 30 years. So you're right to be happy, but it is a huge loss for the Premier League. Like part of what makes the Premier League so good, and part of what makes the Premier League the best league in the world is the fact that we can say the best managers ply their trade in the Premier League, the best players play in the Premier League.
Yeah, you want the best personalities, don't you?
Yeah.
You
whereas
really
now and even when you don't like him,
though. Not a Liverpool.
Even when you don't like him, if he's ruffling your feathers or he's doing something that you don't necessarily like, or he's conducting himself in a way that I think even he may concede isn't always the most chivalrous. When he sort of has arguments with journalists, even that's good.
Yeah, he's a winner.
But he's a winner. But also,
but that's where that comes from, doesn't it?
Even the stuff that isn't palatable is still good. It's still good because it's good to talk about. It's interesting. It's fun. It isn't bland. It isn't boring. It doesn't just wind you up.
And whatever he says, whether right or wrong, people kind of, he's one of those managers where people listen with Pep.
Gravitas
makes a point.
Yeah,
He makes a point. It's one of those where people stand up and listen.
Like I'd always say the Premier League, whether you rate him or whether you like him or whatever, the Premier League is always a better Premier League when Jose Mourinho is in the Premier League. It's a better.
Have you seen them rumours today? I'm not. I'm not paying any attention. I haven't because I don't think they're true at all. But
what's a Liverpool?
He got linked to Man United again today.
Oh, did he?
Which I find.
He got linked to Barcelona as well, didn't he?
Him saying he has unfinished business.
I can see him going to Barcelona.
No, Real Madrid as well.
He that's one of the things that have
Madrid
kind of driven him his whole life. Is that at the start when he was kind of seen as the translator and stuff, he wanted that job at Barcelona early doors.
He got turned down for Pep.
I can't remember what year it was. Was it?
It was the year that Pep took over.
But he gave the whole spiel. He gave a presentation.
Do you think there's no world he could go to Barcelona?
He's
I
not.
Think he could go.
Barcelona only takes certain types of managers.
If they offered it, but Xavi and the guys before, they don't have a philosophy anymore. No, I think they want to. They want to.
If Mourinho was still, if Mourinho was the best man for the job, he'd get it. The principle, I think, isn't there anymore. But it's just that he's not the best man for the job anymore.
I think Barca. I know I'm not touching the table.
No.
I know, I know Barca. I think they stick to it, even if, and plus it's not prime Mourinho.
No,
this
that's
is the Mourinho
that's the
that's been
problem.
sacked by
Listen,
Spurs and Roma.
I think Mourinho, if Mourinho was the man that Barcelona decided they needed, they would have to swallow their pride and employ him. But they don't think he is, and therefore they don't. Therefore, they can pretend that it's principle.
We don't know yet. We don't. He is linked, isn't he? We don't know.
No,
they haven't
made a decision.
He won't get that job. I'm convinced he won't get that job. I'm convinced he won't get the Manchester United job.
Oh no, of course.
I think Jurgen Klopp's been quite insistent that he isn't going to take a job in the Premier League.
Well, I mean, he said no English club
and
ever. Didn't
he's going to take a definite year out.
Yeah.
Where do you see him popping up in the future?
I mean, definitely Germany at some point.
Is the footballing world
Bayern
his
Munich
oyster almost?
Yeah.
He can pick where he wants to.
Not necessarily. I don't necessarily think he can, because what differentiates Jurgen Klopp from most other people in management, in fact, most other people in football, is he is a man of principle. He hasn't only bought into Liverpool Football Club, has he? Mm-hmm. He has become intertwined and interwoven into the fabric of the city of Liverpool. Mm-hmm. And I think when you're that kind of manager, when you have that approach, there are very specific clubs that you can be a part of and very specific clubs that you can't. Mm-hmm. So if you're as principally driven as Jurgen Klopp, I think it would make life slightly difficult to say go to, maybe for who he is, could he go to Real Madrid?
He should be able to in the size of his name. But Real Madrid, within a year... Yeah, but within a year,
I think anyone.
No, would he go? Would he take?
It's a different culture. Liverpool could give him 6 years.
Football club, isn't it?
No, but the culture of Liverpool. When you think about what Liverpool Football Club represents, he has bought into that. Real Madrid, vast club, brilliant history, incredible prestige, and they represent something really cool and interesting as well. But it's almost the antithesis of what Liverpool represents.
I think he takes it for other reasons. I don't foresee him taking a Man City job, a Newcastle
Well,
job.
he said,
obviously,
he said no
PSG
Premier League
job. Then
that's a great example. He could never take the
PSG.
But Real Madrid, they sit. As a Man United fan, I like to think we sit alongside them, but Real Madrid sit on their own.
Yeah,
as football clubs.
But La Liga doesn't.
No,
but if you can, I know people kind of. If you can go to Real Madrid and win a Champions League and a league and all those kind of. You're still, mate.
Would they accept his brand of football? Would they?
Good thing to have.
Would Real Madrid fans accept the brand of football?
Mourinho, I know he scored record amount of goals.
Yeah, but Mourinho had Ronaldo,
also,
and they were so free scoring.
Mourinho's football is a little bit of a they did play some lovely football.
They
did. They had Modric.
And Klopp plays beautiful football, but it's very intense, isn't it? And you have to get these Real Madrid players to play intense, workman-like football. Liverpool is a working class football club, and Real Madrid feels like a kind of more of a luxurious, higher class football club. And I think Jurgen Klopp is more of a Jordan Henderson comes in, Trent, local lad. Real Madrid feels a bit more exclusive, a little bit more deluxe. Is he that kind of manager philosophically?
It's a difference. It's a difference between being the Dortmund manager and the Munich manager. Like at Bayern, I couldn't see him at Bayern.
I could because of the country. I couldn't see Matt Hummels
it must be the
at
pinnacle
Bayern
for any
Munich.
German to manage Bayern Munich.
Yeah. So everyone gets sucked into Bayern Munich.
But is he not different?
I don't think so. I agree with you in the sense that Dortmund and Liverpool, they have these cultures at the club and they're very woven into their communities and all those kind of different things, and they have a story. But Real Madrid's story is still one that sees them as a proper footballing club and a proper
Real Madrid. Real Madrid.
I think
you've made a good.
Atletico Madrid.
You've made a good point there, and maybe Real Madrid for me was a bad example. PSG's a great example, but then. You know how he's spoken about Liverpool, and he said no. It's a great quote. It's exactly what you want your managers to say. No English club ever. No way, not ever. Like he will not manage another English club.
Ronaldo said that, and then we had to save him from.
But I believe him. I believe Klopp. Whether I'll be proved right or wrong, I believe Klopp.
To come as well,
but do you not think that the loyalty that he's displaying there to Liverpool, no English club? He's not saying not Everton or Man United. He's saying not. Plymouth.
I feel like we've heard that before. We've heard that. I'm not saying he's not a principled guy.
But we have to take him at face value. We have to believe him. Okay, so let's say that that's true. Can we extrapolate from that and kind of go? He's a man of loyalty, a man of principle, a man that obviously acknowledges rivalry because he won't manage another English club because of his love of Liverpool. Does that not mean that he won't manage? I don't know enough about the Bundesliga, but I assume that Bayern and Dortmund are big rivals, right? The Klassiker and all that.
Yeah.
Surely, if you are the Dortmund guy, he retained the league.
Mario Götze was, and Mats Hummels was, and Lewandowski was.
No, there are always examples.
And I know they're not rivals to Dortmund, but he's managed other clubs in Germany. So would it not just be like with England? It's like I was at Liverpool. It's unique in that. Yeah, I've ticked off the Premier League.
He's already done mine. So what's the difference?
Like he's a German guy. He may see himself eventually going to. Right. Let me just ask both of you then. Let's fast forward a year. A few managers start to get sacked in whatever season. What season would that be? Next season, obviously.
Yeah.
Where's Jurgen Klopp? What club's he in? Or country?
I think he's at Bayern Munich. I think it's easy money and it's a bit simplistic.
Next job to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, because I don't think it's Germany. I don't think that interests him. I think he wants day-to-day football. He's still in his prime as a manager. It's not Real Madrid, in my opinion. It's not Barcelona. I don't think he goes to Italy. I don't think he can't go to France. And he can't come to England. Where else does he go?
So what country is it?
Oh, Germany. Like in the German league.
He's in the German league. See, I don't know if the German league is a strong enough league for arguably the best manager in the world.
Could he not have a thing like with Pep, though, where Pep went, right, Spain's done, Germany's done. Right now, he may...
So what would the answer be? Spain.
I think his next job is Real Madrid. Rory? I think his next job is...
I know, I
Right, so we're ending the stream.
Is it?
Right, because it says thanks for watching, so I'm just... Can you do a comment and pin it?
Hang on, I'll do one. We will be back imminently.
It's back now, I think. Someone said it's back. They can hear us. They can hear us.
We can hear
So
you.
be careful what you say about the audience, guys. Are we back?
I can hear you.
Are we back?
Sound's working. Great show.
Can you hear me now?
No picture.
Can you hear me now?
We hear you. Ha 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 ha.
I said, oh, big.
Don't end, man.
Are you?
Back.
Are we back? Back, 4th and 4. Jack has been sacked, guys, so we have got someone new behind the ones and twos over there. We were having a great chat on Liverpool. Getting rid of Jurgen Klopp, we'll phrase it that way today. So before we got rudely interrupted by whatever happened, apologies. We were going through, I'm not sure if you heard everyone's suggestion for where Jurgen Klopp will be next. So let's go to Buvey again. Buvey, where is Jurgen Klopp's next job?
He's in Bayern Munich. There's a lack of clubs that can feasibly take him. The German romance is so strong. I think Bayern Munich, even if you're a Dortmund legend, how many players have left Dortmund to go to Bayern Munich? It's crazy. So I think the gravity of Bayern Munich.
There, you know how you're talking about so many players have done it? I get it. There are many a Judas character in the world. He is not, though. From what we understand, he is supposed...
I don't think it's seen that way. I know what you're saying. If it was Liverpool to Man United, there's very rare examples of players leaving Man United to join Liverpool. It's very, very rare. Celtic to Rangers, similarly. In Germany, there is a flexibility. Mario Götze went, then came back. Mats Hummels left Bayern Munich, went to Dortmund, went to Bayern Munich, went to Dortmund. There's a little bit more flexibility. Now, obviously, I can't speak for the fans, but it's a big thing for the fans. But I think between clubs and stuff...
It's less.
And not going directly from Dortmund to Munich.
Yeah,
kind of softens the
Liverpool.
blow as well. And I think, like you said, because of the history there, the fans don't take it as seriously if you make that jump. Rory, where do you foresee Jurgen Klopp's next?
I think it's so difficult, isn't it? Because when you try and break it down, I think you can kind of eliminate certain countries. You go, well, definitely not England, probably not France, probably not Italy, despite the romance and beauty of the league. Therefore, it can only be Spain or Germany, or internationally.
Or Saudi Arabia.
That's international.
Is that a ridiculous shout?
It's international, not internationally.
International, pardon?
That's a shit joke. Sorry.
I don't know. I thought I probably said it wrong. You know, my linguistic understanding is probably wrong. Buvey, I don't think it's a ridiculous suggestion. I don't think it will happen. I think it's one that we can discount, but I think you should put it on the table as well. We should with any transfer.
So I was looking at the list today. The 4th highest paid manager in world football, Steven Gerrard, behind Guardiola, behind
He really?
He doesn't
Simeone.
go Saudi, does he? Next.
No, but look at Mancini, not doing very well with Saudi Arabia national side. But what if someone offered him 50 million a year?
Klopp doesn't go PSG. He doesn't go Saudi. Not yet.
Yeah,
not yet.
I'm not saying he
Whatever.
should. I'm not saying he would, but
for the man that we understand him to be,
A few sackings can make your outlook on things look very different.
I know. I mean, Jordan Henderson would have never gone at one point. You know, we would have easily all sat here and gone, well, Jordan Henderson would never go because of his commitment to. So cool, like that's how we would have seen it, and obviously that didn't pan out to be the case. So I don't think.
Pochettino once used to say, oh, because I've managed Espanyol, I'll never manage Barca, manage Spurs, I
went to
won't manage
Chelsea.
it. And then,
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but if he gets sacked from Chelsea in a couple of years, Barcelona said, "Do you want to come?"
Yeah, of course
He'd drop it in a
Oh,
heartbeat.
no, he's proved that he is a charlatan.
Beggars can't be choosers. And
Pochettino
if
is a
Klopp's
definite
star ever faded, but I don't think it will.
So it's cards on the table.
I'm going Real Madrid. Is that Real Madrid next?
Klopp's at Real Madrid, according to Adam. Klopp is the next manager of Germany, according to Rory. And
he'll be in Bavaria for me, South Germany.
He'll be to Bayern Munich. There we go. We're off and
Game's
underway.
Kicked off.
In case people missed it, and we'll discuss the team news, I just thought we had to get stuck into because we haven't been together to talk about Jurgen Klopp yet. The team news is as follows. Alisson in goal, Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk, Gomez, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Jones, Diaz, Diogo Jota, and Darwin Nunez. Seemingly on the left with Jota through the middle, according to the way this formation is that I've got in front of me.
I think Nunez will end up through the middle, won't he?
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
But they're so flexible. Jota
At the moment,
can
they're
do
right
it.
next to each other, which is interesting. And then Chelsea's side seemingly have Cole Palmer up top in a false 9 with Sterling and Madueke either side of him, Gallagher just behind him. Midfield 2 of Fernandes and Caicedo, Rory's favourite. Then we got Chilwell, Badiashile, Silva, Disasi, and Petrovic, who's been in for a few.
I think I honestly think that we'll win today. I don't know if that's just sheer
Is that because it's
tribalism.
kind of like you've ruined the party at Anfield before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think it would be a very Chelsea thing to do, to turn up here and potentially get beat 5-0. That could happen. But also potentially really upset the apple cart. It's Jurgen Klopp's first home game off the back of the news
It's
breaking.
the second after Norwich City.
First
But yeah,
big
game.
Sorry.
Yeah,
First big game. First significant game. And...
What's
Sorry.
up? What's
I
up?
don't know. I just saw Stanley celebrate.
Chelsea!
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Stanley's watching
Yeah, stop
Watford.
celebrating, man.
Stanley's watching
We don't know if you're ahead of,
Stanley,
ahead of the
I don't
game.
know what's going on.
He's mid-monologue, man.
Stanley's one of
He's mid-monologue and you're
300
celebrating
people
Watford.
watching Watford
Stan a
tonight.
stairlift.
The Norwich City game for Liverpool, they conceded a couple. And,
You know what?
and,
He's one of them Lewis Bolden types, isn't he? You know, he wants to
Very
come
much,
over
very
and
much
have
so.
a camera set up over there, and
Yeah.
all that kind of.
Yeah.
Tosh.
But look, I think that we would love to go there and win, obviously. You know, going to Anfield, one of the most iconic stadiums in the world. You go there and you want to win. We've got a great record up there of late. Obviously, I can remember going there. I remember going there when we won 4-1. Like, that just feels like how did that ever
lifetime
happen?
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went up there. We backed 4-1. We won. I remember being up there when Ivanovic scored 2 in the Champions League. Willian scored. We drew 1-1, I think. But obviously, they're a very
They're
different.
penetrating you a little bit.
I think
aren't
that
they?
we would be.
Such a child, aren't you?
Such a child.
You're such a child. It's called football analysis.
That is bad.
All right,
I'm in a
breaking
good
the
mood
lines.
today, so I might be a
yeah,
bit
good for you.
childish.
Do you know what
you
we
yeah,
need to
deserve
do?
be, man.
We
Fair
just
enough.
need to make sure that obviously the enthusiasm around the ground, the enthusiasm of the players will all be built upon this Klopp news. We just need to make sure that it's very calm, very looked after, very protected now.
Yeah.
Just keep it tight for 10
Keep it
minutes.
tight, but you're already like 10 yards back. Look how far back you are already.
No, but we're lulling them in, mate. It's tactical.
And Norwich City found a bit of joy. And I know it's Norwich, but they did in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
There's still a few questions. I mean, they've got a very young kid at right back in Connor
Bradley,
Bradley.
innit? Yeah.
McConnell in midfield for Norwich City as well. So they've got a very young squad coming through. But that Conor Bradley's fantastic.
They've got a lot.
He's fantastic.
They've made full use of their squad, haven't they? Like Jurgen Klopp has done very well with the kids. It's impressive. It is
impressive
because also you've got to the stage now where, say, Curtis Jones has been so impressive. Is he now part of the England conversation? Well, there is a third midfield spot up for grabs, Boo.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
It's not always necessarily starting, is it? You know, like
No.
just being in the squad.
Oh no, I think Curtis Jones now has to be in the squad.
Oh, really?
Over who? Ward-Prowse?
Was he in the last England
what
squad?
spot? Over the last tournament spot? Henderson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think
I don't want
Henderson
Henderson
finds his way back?
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, no, I believe.
Pathetic.
I don't know what I'm talking about generally, but particularly with this, nobody's told me this. I just truly believe that the reason that Jordan Henderson made such a fuss to get out of Saudi and get himself a European league is because Gareth Southgate said to him,
So wrong.
I can't take you to the... even though I love you, even though I want to take you, you are making it impossible for me. Playing in front of 800 people in Saudi Arabia,
Well, even
it's
politically
impossible
as
for me.
well, you know.
It's impossible. Whereas if you get game time in a European league, particularly the club that he's playing for, I know it's not going well for them, and I know that the Eredivisie isn't in its most glowing of phases.
Ajax.
It's Ajax, man.
Yeah.
As clubs go,
Yeah.
in terms of like recognisable clubs with tradition, he's going to play in central midfield, following in the footsteps of some of the best, Aaron Winter.
Edgar Davids.
Donny van der Beek.
This is a good game.
Oh, I ruined it.
We were
talking
saying
about
Ajax
good
legends.
Ajax legends.
Your boy's on loan to Freiburg?
Daily Blind.
Where did you loan him out?
Danny Blind.
Danny Blind.
You've loaned him out, haven't you?
Seedorf.
Oh, we're actually playing the game.
Oh, well, I'm playing.
No, he lost.
Great game.
He lost. He said Van der Beek. He's now. Where is he now in Freiburg?
Wim Jonk. Did Wim Jonk play for them? Oh, I don't even know. I think he did.
Davy Klaassen.
David Klassen. It's not a bad effort.
Sorry for bursting.
Not a bad
everyone's
effort.
If Nunez lobs your keeper within 10 minutes of the game, it's game over. Isn't it?
Darwin, yeah.
If Nunez loves your keeper, I think you gotta quit.
Where do you sit on Darwin Nunez? I got quite a lot of stick for
On his back,
for
usually you get good support there.
No, where do you in terms of the debate, in terms of who he is? What do you
remember we were arguing about Gabriel Jesus, and I said I'd rather have Nunez than Jesus
Yeah.
leading my line.
Yeah,
Which is because of the chaos he brings, and I think he'd score more goals.
this
but I
chaos
do
thing
think-
is so funny, man.
Here we go,
Yes.
Chelsea in the box.
Yes,
Oh, it's a penalty.
Bobby.
That's got to be a
How's
penalty.
that not a penalty?
Conor Gallagher has gone
This
down
guy's
there. in the
rubbish.
box.
That has got to be a penalty.
that's a penalty.
Iniesta, the ref. That's got to be a penalty.
These guys at Pochettino.
Or
was doing.
Robocup without.
Let's have a look.
suit.
Let's have a look. Conor Gallagher.
Oh, that's a penalty, man.
He doesn't move out the way.
Mate, that's absolutely
How
ridiculous.
does he not give it? How is he not
Van
giving it?
Dijk has purposefully put his body in the
How
way.
is
That's
he
good.
not
That's
giving
just
it?
a penalty. Wait, what's happening?
I
Why
don't
is
get
that
it,
not
mate.
VAR'd? Or is it like what's happening?
No, the game's carried on, so it's over.
The ball hasn't gone out of play till now.
Can they VAR that now?
That has to be checked. That has
this
to be
guy.
a penalty.
It just is a penalty,
Let's see
isn't
what the
it?
chat's saying. Get a poll in if you
He's
can.
running
That's
through.
fine.
He
Oh
trips
my
him there.
God,
The
he's
leg.
got
Such a penalty.
The right leg.
He's literally just kicked this
Antis
one.
travelling says penalty.
Okay.
So bad, isn't it? It's so bad.
He got checked. No penalty. Rory,
So
reaction,
bad.
please.
I mean, that is just ridiculous, isn't it? That is just ridiculous. And the thing is, right, this is going to have a huge impact, not only on Chelsea, not only on this game, but these decisions affect titles, man. Like, why on earth hasn't that been given? How can we see it? We're sitting 250 miles away, and we all know, clear as day, penalty.
Are they
How can
thinking?
the ref not give it and then VAR not?
Are they thinking it's just momentum and he's I'm not. You know me.
No. You
they
believe it's a
thinking-
penalty, though, right?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Are they thinking? Yeah, he's traveling at speed. Van Dijk can get out of the way.
Is whether Conor Gallagher can get to the ball,
Relevant.
is that relevant?
That's a penalty all
Irrelevant.
day long.
Even if he can't, you can't know that he can't. I think he can, by the way. I think
and
he
Van
can.
Dijk also can't see.
He's running at full pace.
Like, basically, you can't know 100% that he can't get to the ball. Slides in.
Do you get that penalty at Stamford Bridge?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Mate,
you.
the
I
ref
think
gives
you,
it
I think you
Stamford Bridge.
potentially get the penalty if it's at the Anfield Road end.
It's Liverpool, and it's as simple as that. Sorry.
Liverpool get that penalty here, and Chelsea get it at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah,
And the ref don't even use VAR. I don't think the ref goes boom penalty.
that's ridiculous. Like really,
Chelsea fans go.
Oh, they're in Liverpool.
Oh, no.
Nunez.
Oh, good.
Hit a
effort.
bar. Did that
Nunez
flip
shot
just
so
off the bar?
early. The guy's missing a screw
penalty,
somewhere, isn't he? I mean, he does such random
Well,
things.
do you know what I don't think he's realised here?
64% of the chat.
If you look at this, he's definitely onside and he's racing Thiago Silva. He could have
Just knock it
made
away.
it a race.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But like, he doesn't need to take the shot. Take the shot early, maybe. take the shot early if you're being chased by Caicedo.
Yeah.
You don't need to take the shot early if you're being chased by.
I think he's just random, mate. I think he's random.
Yeah.
He just one minute is quality, next minute's rubbish.
Yeah, which isn't good enough to play for a club like Liverpool.
No, it's not.
Mort Mannon Super Chat. God, I read it out. Says no way that's a pen in front of the cop. A few other people. Camwell says never a pen, which is weird. Mike says game is completely bent. Adil says no way that's a pen. I'm really shocked that some people think it wasn't a
These
pen.
guys are Liverpool fans.
Andrew Eady says he was already falling over, so it's not a penalty. Jacob says that's a pen. Felix says Liverpool fan, but that's stone wall. And the poll has, at the moment, it's 63% think it was a pen. So 2 of 3.
Yeah, I mean, it just is, isn't it? It just is a penalty, yeah. There's no two ways about it. It's ridiculous. It's truly ridiculous. And again, do you know what's so annoying about this? You end up having to have a conversation about officiating. You should be talking about like the brilliance of Klopp and the fact that he's leaving, the vacuum that it leaves at Liverpool, and where's he going to go next, and what does it mean to the title race, and Chelsea and Liverpool, all the players on the pitch. And instead of that, we're talking about the geezer in the middle in the black.
Yeah, 100%.
All the bouncer.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. Really frustrating. Who
I'd
do you
be
reckon?
fuming if that was... Seriously, I think my head would...
Do you have any predictions, right? Who's the next Liverpool manager?
Xabi Alonso, I think.
Do you reckon?
I think they...
It's so early in Xabi Alonso.
It is very early.
It feels Lampard
so
to me. It feels Lampard, or Steve Gerrard. If Steve Gerrard was just given the Liverpool job off the back of winning the league at
I think because
Rangers.
he's doing well at the higher end of the table.
Yeah,
he's done well in Europe. I think he's giving the impression that he's an upcoming coach, and he's kind of blending the Spanish and the German styles, which is weird to see. Like he's got that quick counter attacking play, but also kind of a little bit of a Spanish taste to it. I think they go for him but I think it could be make or break for him as well.
Yeah.
So early, and the pressure at Leverkusen isn't the same.
No,
Leverkusen aren't expected
compared to Liverpool, there is none. Compared to the pressure,
most famous season. They lost everything. They could have won the treble.
Yeah. They got to the final of the Champions League.
Yeah. And they got called Neverkusen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ballack, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they could have won the
Ballack
league
team,
cup and won nothing.
Yeah. Who else was in that team? It was Ballack and was it Zebrabert? No.
Just
Who was
the
it?
N.
Liverpool in Diaz.
Caranca, Zeroberto.
It was Zeroberto.
Yeah. There was
Lucio.
Lucio.
He was.
Wow.
He was a goalkeeper again.
Yeah. They played Man United, didn't they?
I'm going to cheat and look because
they played Man United. But look, ultimately, I think
beat us on away goals.
Ultimately, I think Xavi Alonso, as much as it's a perfect fit and he gets the club and he was a brilliant player for them and he's doing so well, it feels like a punt.
Yeah.
It really feels like a punt.
That's why I don't think it's
They
going
wouldn't
to
have wanted
happen.
to do it yet. They would have wanted him to have another season in the Champions League, and
maybe even a season in England before. Maybe even a season in England.
I think it's too early. I don't think they'll do it.
Bashtek, Berbatov.
Bashtek, yeah.
That was the guy I was trying to think of, Bashtek.
I think FSG are they're financially literate.
Oliver Neuville, another one.
Yeah,
Manuel Pogatetz, Jesus. I didn't know he was in that team.
Where did he end up?
Middlesbrough. And he nobbled Rodrigo Possebon. We had him. And he absolutely nobbled him.
Oh, he was Austrian, wasn't he?
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting you.
I think FSG, very astute financial people, and they'll look at the risks involved with their money more than anything else. And I think they'll look at Pep Linders. I think they'll just say it's a continuation of... Is he kind of
leaving? No, Linders is leaving.
I've not seen that anywhere.
No, sorry.
I should have known that.
No, Linders... No, mate, you shouldn't know everything. Linders is leaving.
I thought the way he was setting himself up, I thought releasing the book and all sorts, I thought I'm staying here, I'm going to take over.
I wish Gerrard was still doing well at Rangers.
Just a bit better.
Yeah, just so he could go
a bit.
Just a touch,
It would have been funny.
Yeah.
Even decent at Villa, you would have gone then.
Yeah. Even if Villa were just 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
Even if he was just not even pulling up trees.
He's not even top half in Saudi Arabia.
Mate. But he's so rich.
He can't even get relegated.
But he's so rich.
Yeah. Mate, do you know what I thought
he
was
could
quite...
buy all of us.
Do you know what I thought was quite funny? Just in sort of almost a bit of a sad way for Gerrard because of what he means to the Premier League and how bad he is at management. You know when there was like the conversation going around that Jordan Henderson was coming back from Saudi and he's had enough, and there was a whole conversation about lots of players trying to get out. During that, Gerrard signed a new contract. Like, I love it. This is great.
Yeah,
I'm earning loads of
Oh,
money.
Chelsea giving the ball away here. Darwin
You're not
Nunez,
helping
edge of the
yourself
box.
out here.
He's
No.
just got Caicedo.
He loves
too
shooting.
easy.
He's so random, man. He's random as anything.
Caicedo just got booked a little while, like 2
But
minutes.
just let him pop past him.
I think he thought there was going to be a foul. Look, the foul on Chilwell.
He gives the ball away. They're so poor.
No, it's not a foul. No.
So poor from Chilwell.
No, Caicedo gets done
Look
very
at their
easily.
shooting. It's so
Mate,
bad.
not a
did you see Middlesbrough?
Mate,
Your striker shoots.
It is a
it.
bad. No,
Mate,
Adam,
he's
man,
10
that's
yards
kind.
wide.
Really kind.
Am I
He has to hit the
like
target, man.
Darwin
Yes.
Nunez?
You're just in a really
You're
good mood.
obsessed with him,
Yeah.
man. What, are you going to Uruguay on holiday or something? What's going on here?
No, did you? Caicedo there, right? Obviously wasn't good and should have done a lot more to get the ball off Darwin Nunez. Did you see? In the end, it didn't matter too much. But did you see when we got beat by Middlesbrough in the cup away? They beat us 1-0. Have you seen the goal?
What, how he let him go? And all that?
Caicedo, yeah, just like
Yeah. I don't
he didn't
think
have
he's
a
a
bad
smart
game. He
footballer
didn't
at
have a bad game. He just switched off for a moment. But the moment cost us the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't really do that, can you?
At least you're in the final, and we'll be covering that obviously on the club. Huge
Can't
game.
wait for that. It's
Yeah.
going to be after a
again,
big
isn't it?
week for us as well because we'll be making some content from Paris.
Paris.
Oh, is that?
That's that week.
Parlez-vous
It's a big
français
week for
is
you.
what I say.
You love Paris.
I
You
love-
love poker.
I love Paris.
And you love
poker,
Chelsea.
Love Paris poker and the League Cup. Yeah.
Imagine you cashing an EPT and win the Carabao Cup. That might
What
be
would
the
you
best
rather
week
have?
of your life.
What would you rather have? Number 1 in EPT Paris first,
Number 1, I win the EPT.
or Chelsea win the League
No,
Cup?
it's
Mate,
number
I win
one.
the EPT.
you
Is that
mental?
Is that what you're putting on the table? I thought you were going to say
Min
cash.
cash.
I was
Min
going to
cash.
say, yeah. No, mate, I
Min
choose the
cash.
EPT.
Min cash. Or League Cup.
A min cash.
Yeah, min cash.
A min cash. I'll
3K.
take. I'll choose the cup.
Okay.
A min cash we beat
We're getting towards
By the way,
price.
that means Rory would pay 6K
for Chelsea to win the League Cup.
That's proper. That. I'd take big cash.
I love it when he said you can win the EPT. Mate, win the EPT. Yeah.
Yeah, that's $1 million.
Yeah.
That doesn't even come into it.
Again.
I'd need to make a few phone calls for that and say, yo, Todd Bowley, can you give me
Todd
$1 million?
Is it
You know,
not-
it's not for you. Todd Bowley, listen, I've got a choice to make here. Either I can have $1 million from the EPT or we can win the cup. But if you play your cards right, we could have both.
Yeah, exactly. You make this palatable to me, I'll choose the cup, and everyone's a winner. God, they're playing well, Liverpool, aren't they?
I think
I mean, they
they're
should be a
turning
goal
the screw a
down.
little
Well,
bit as
we
well.
should have had a penalty, but
If they had a bit more refined kind of players up front, I think they'd be 2 or 3 nil up. Do you know what I
I
mean?
just don't get Nunez. I really don't.
I don't think he understands himself.
I just don't get it. You know. Also, when people talk about him, when they create that metric to understand a footballer, chaos, mate, chaos. Like, wait, when is that? When is that?
XG thing.
That hasn't always been a good word about a footballer.
No.
Do you know?
Like Razor Ruddock was chaos.
Like you could
Guy was
use
25
you
stone.
could use the exact same terminology. But you could use the exact same terminology as an insult rather than as like with Darwin Nunez. You go, he's chaotic, mate.
Yeah.
As a good
Rory,
thing.
you're
No, but
chaotic
you
on
don't want a
stream, mate. You're
chaotic
chaotic on
centre-back.
stream, mate.
You don't want a
Honestly.
chaotic centre back. That's what you don't want.
I don't think you
A
want a
striker,
chaotic.
you get away with
Romero. Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't
No, I
think
mean,
you want a
it
chaotic
depends where
footballer.
the-
though.
Suarez was chaotic, but he scored 40
Yeah.
a season.
But-
This guy lumps it 10 yards wide every time.
yeah.
You really are
Suarez-
apologetic for him, aren't you? With that
Suarez
finish?
Suarez was chaotic, but it wouldn't be the word you used to describe him. Like
He
you
also
use
made
10,
you-
you
made you
use
chaotic
10 other
because you were
words.
scared.
There are a
You
few
used-
weeks of his life you think, wow, what
No, but
is he
you-
doing?
in terms
he
of
he bit players multiple times in his career, you know. Like, what, you know,
no,
Ivanovic
he was a
wasn't
hungry.
one.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
know.
5 times.
No, he was a hungry. Well,
In the Dutch league, he did it.
no,
as well.
no, he did it. He did
You know
it
the thing
for,
I
for
rate
Uruguay
about him,
as well.
though, that he gets vilified for? The Ghana thing.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I wanted Ghana to win at the time, so
know.
I was kind of like...
Yeah,
fuming.
I
No,
was.
it's
too.
amazing.
But
And then he
I
had the
rate
cheek.
that-
He had the cheek to celebrate on a touchline.
Yeah, watch it.
He weren't even off.
Because his job weren't done yet.
Yeah.
Because if they...
Because if they
could-
scored a
could
penalty,
either
yeah.
these
Could
stupid
he have played the
decisions-
final if they got there?
If they'd got there, he'd have played the final. Yeah.
So you got
Missed
red
one
card
game,
for the
innit?
semi. So red card for the semi, and then they lost
No,
the
it
semi.
wasn't the
obviously, to Dutch.
semi-final. That
No, it was
wasn't
the
in
quarters.
That was in the
Yeah,
quarters.
but he missed. If they'd when they got to semi, they lost the semi-final. He couldn't play that because of one ban. Then he misses the final if they got to the
Was
final.
it in the quarters that
It
happened?
was the quarters, and then
Not last
Ghana would have
16.
been the furthest African side ever
At that
by getting
point.
to the semi. So they lost in the quarters.
I don't know.
Morocco
I don't
became
know.
that, didn't they?
Yeah, Morocco.
Trumped out
Yeah, yeah.
AFCON.
And then
Yeah,
I
when
think-
they beat Spain.
Yeah,
Yeah, they beat
went to the
Spain.
then the Dutch beat Uruguay to get to the final.
Yes.
So it was the worst World Cup of my lifetime.
Yeah.
I can't lie, the worst one for me was when
Then again,
Spain won it.
Liverpool win. Nunez. Mate, onto the post. It was a
Good
great
save.
finish on his left
Well, I
foot.
thought,
Not
I
the
thought
worst
it was
one
too
for me.
soft.
Was
I thought
when-
he hit it too
He,
soft.
kind
Nunez.
of placed it a little bit. It was like
Took his time and he took a little bit too long. Watch, very easy. Look on the last shoulder,
He's
too
onside.
easy. Good
Who's
run.
number
time
2,
to run.
Disasi?
good run, and then
Yeah.
he's just waiting to lump
It's
it.
a good shot, that. It's a good shot, that. Right past the keeper. That's his best effort of the day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's the only one on target.
It's a good save from the
save.
keeper. I like your keeper.
Yeah, he's a good keeper, Petrovic.
Is it out now for Sanchez? Finito.
I imagine that when Sanchez is back, he'll go back to not my choice.
Your academy.
Yeah, he's a young boy. I would believe that Sanchez will be the keeper when he comes back. Not my choice. I would keep Petrovic. But I just don't think that we can sign Sanchez and sit him on the bench for a kid.
What is Sterling doing there?
I think, when Sterling, he did it against Man City earlier this season. He played really well, Sterling, with a sort of point to prove, but sometimes he tries to do too much.
Running out of the ball there.
Because it's a former club, isn't it?
Is he getting booed there? That was never. How is that a foul?
Yeah.
And the Conor Gallagher one isn't. It's things like that make me. I would go mad at refs.
Yeah, no consistency.
Well, I do go mad at refs, but I mean, Premier League wise, I'd be the worst for it, man. I'd be bad.
It is frustrating.
You mentioned the worst World Cup a minute ago, and I was like, the one when Spain won and they scored like 6 goals.
Yeah.
That was
I hated that
2010. That was 2010.
Obviously,
South Africa.
they were unreal.
The World Cup.
They were just Barca minus Messi, right? They were unreal.
The Vuvuzela.
Yeah, but like that.
Awful.
They won the World Cup scoring like 7, 8.
They lost their first game as well, didn't they?
Switzerland.
Two goals
Gelson
scored against
Fernandez.
Honduras. So the 6 of them came in like 6 other games. It was,
Yeah.
it was bad to watch.
Yeah, no, there was there were a few like that. Didn't somebody not win a game in 90 minutes and get
Portugal 2016.
Portugal, yeah.
And then Adair scores it against France. Remember that? Oh,
yeah.
Didn't they
I kind of like
draw
that.
every game in the group stage?
They drew every game in the group stage.
And then in the knockout stages, they didn't. I don't think they won a game in normal time.
Only Wales they beat, I think. Was it Wales?
But then they beat Wales in extra time.
No, I think Wales might have been the only game that they won in 90. They basically won one game in 90 minutes.
McAllister!
It's all Liverpool at the moment. That Euros was bad, man.
I think so.
We should have won that Euros as well. I can't get into it.
What, 16?
Do you know what? We're going to lose another Euros.
What's the one?
That's happening. That's coming along. Every day it creeps along my calendar.
What's
the Euros
tournament for you that England, that you go, that was the one?
Qatar.
What, to win the World Cup? Of course, Qatar.
Qatar.
Of course.
Oh, just any tournament like
2018, I think we had a great shot against France in the final. We should have beaten them 1-0 up against Croatia.
Final, yeah.
I'll never forgive Jordan Henderson for how he handled himself in midfield. He got absolutely dicked about. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. We were 1-0 up against Croatia and we're negative. Yeah. Just like Italy.
Do you know what the one is? I said Qatar, but it was Wembley, Italy. That was the one. That was the one. Yeah, no, that was the one that we should have won. We played an Italy team that was so beatable. They were an Italy team who didn't get to the World Cup either side of that Euros. It was Jorginho taking a mick in the midfield, and all because Mancini was brave and Southgate was cowardly.
An experienced backline, but an old backline that we should have got at.
Mate, they weren't a good team. Well, they didn't qualify for either World Cup, and England played the tournament at home. We played at home in a final. We played 120 minutes of football in a final at home, and we had one shot on target. That shot on target, by the way, was after 3 minutes.
The Luke Shaw goal.
How is he the manager?
Yeah, well, this one was meant to have been his last, so who knows? But yeah, I think so.
Out.
Yeah, I think so.
Get out, you shit house.
I think...
sick of him, man.
I still can't believe that's not a penalty. And I bet Joel Cole's saying the same right now.
Because do you know what, as well, with that England, like the whole England Southgate thing, it was totally set up from when he took the job. He's been there for ages, right? From when he took the job off the back of Hodgson, he was basically given the opportunity to dismiss tournaments because they didn't matter in order to get to Qatar. Like, I saw there's a play in the West End called Dear England that I went to see quite recently, which is all about the England team. It's good. It's theatre on Old Compton Street. It was on at the National, it transferred to the West End. The whole thing is very well done, but the whole thing is, when Southgate goes in, he changes the culture of the whole FA, and he puts a thing up where they're doing a countdown, and the countdown is to the final of Qatar. So he's the manager of 2018, and he basically says to the players, "This doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. We're working towards something bigger. There is no pressure. We're not going to win this tournament, so don't worry about it." So he had the luxury.
That's based off truth.
That's based off truth.
Yeah, the head of the FA said,
because obviously
in 2010 he
said
we're aiming
is how the play goes, so people at home.
But it's a play. Mate, the conversation in the play is Greg Dyke, who was the head of the FA.
Jota's in. 1-0 to Liverpool. Jota fumbled himself into the box. He got free, got the shot away. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. That penalty decision will be pain for Chelsea fans, and they'll be feeling it a little bit more right now. Rory,
I mean, we can't defend well, can we? But I think Jota's a brilliant player. You know, the way that he can bundle through and just make it impossible to get the ball off him. I don't think we do enough. I need to see it again here. I don't think we do enough to stop
defending.
him. Yeah, I don't think we do enough. Because
middle of the pitch.
Do you know what there needs to be as well? Firstly, it's Chelsea on the attack. Chilwell gives it away. They break. Chilwell's out of position.
Who's this on the right? Is it?
Oh, he just bundles it. That's pathetic.
Is that Thiago Silva?
That is
bad.
Pathetic.
He kind of pokes the ball. He tries to toe poke the ball away. Look at this. You got to munch him there. Got to munch him. Dive in.
Oh, that's so.
He does get a bit of a ricochet. I don't think it's a hand, but he does get a bit of a ricochet. He
tries to poke it like that.
Do you know what? Badiashile, there needs to be. You know the element of centre half behaviour where you're not going through. It doesn't matter if the ball's going through. The ball might go, but you won't. You might go, but the ball won't.
You munch him, don't you?
Or you and the ball will get taken out.
Both kind of just left a leg out there, and that's what has made it easy for him to get
that.
What would Razor Road do?
Dainty defending.
I'm asking, what would he do?
No,
you smash him.
Well, I mean, look, Ruddock's quite a good chap because he's not particularly. He was a good, competent defender, but he wasn't an elite defender.
No.
But you don't get through there.
No.
You don't get through.
You got one England
like, how is your body not in front of him there?
What are they checking?
I told you there was a possible handball, but I always thought the rule was if the handball is by the player that scored.
What are they checking?
No, wait.
No, it is by the player that scored.
Yeah.
What are they checking?
Yeah, I don't think it hit his hand, though. It looks like it hit
so
his
bad.
face.
I think it might hit his hand, but I don't think you can call it a deliberate handball. Like, Chelsea have been robbed a penalty, but if this is chalked off, they'd be robbed a goal.
It's not handball.
It's not handball. No. You don't want it to be handball.
Like, you can't celebrate anything.
Them armpit farts there, you see that?
You can't celebrate.
Can't do them anymore.
You can celebrate. Oh, it's so bad. I had it at the Tottenham Stadium when Man City beat them. I couldn't celebrate the goal.
Oh, that's a hefty touch by Conor Gallagher in the midfield. He's giving it straight back to Liverpool from the kickoff.
How are they on the front foot again?
Do you know what? This could... I've gone from thinking that we're going to win the game to now getting worried. Like, we're porous, aren't we, at the back?
So bad.
Like, it's so easy.
Silva looked weak there, didn't he?
Really
weak.
Yeah, delicate centre half.
Kind of
there's no room to be. The one quality that you cannot be as a centre half is dainty. Like, you can't be a careful centre half.
How old is he now? 40?
40, I think. Like, you cannot be 39 anyway. Like, you cannot be a soft centre half.
No.
At this level, like, you just can't. Well, Diego Jota, he does very well. You know, that intricate one foot to the other, pass ball from one foot to the other. But it's not. And I'm not taking anything away from him, but it's not like sublime, mind-blowing skill. He hasn't Ronaldinho'd his way through. He just bustled his way through and wanted to be there more than anyone else who was trying to stop him, which is actually like it's the one thing that is demanded from fans. Like, just want it. If he beats you because he's too skillful for you, if he does a Ronaldinho on you and you ain't got a clue, or if he Maradonas you up and you don't know what you're doing. But he didn't do any of that. We didn't even force him to have to do that.
You got a batter in there. Just to cheer you up, Rory, Timo Werner has set up a second goal for Spurs at White Hart Lane, and it's 2-1.
No.
Assist for Timo.
Don't worry about him. I told you he wouldn't score. Who did I have to bet with? You? Did I have a bet with you?
Very early days.
You?
I don't think you bet with me too.
I bet somebody. I'll definitely bet somebody. I also said, like, there's a chance that Werner scores 0 for Tottenham. 0.
Yeah, you said 8, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
In all comps, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't scored
2 a month, that is.
Yeah, he won't score 2. He won't score 2 a
Well,
year.
we're already 1 month down.
Yeah, so we can do 2 a month between now.
February, March, April.
May.
It's not a whole month of May, is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not. It's May the 25th.
2 goals. Okay. 3
So it's 5. That's already a week. So it's 3 months.
Timo's 3 in it.
Hot streak. He's never had a hot streak in his life.
He's rubbish, man.
I'm still baffled at the penalty decision, but I mean,
what, the Gallagher one?
Yeah, it's a shocker, isn't it?
Sad how they had to check that as well. So sad, isn't it? Just take away the joy out of the game.
Liverpool top of the league at the moment, 5 points clear of City, who would have a game in hand as things stand. City are 3-0 up.
We look amazing.
Julian
mate,
Alvarez
honestly.
has got 2 goals.
Yeah, we look so good, mate.
And
honestly.
Rodri. Before that Liverpool goal and the Spurs going in front, there were 7 players still in contention. Can we get an update on the Super Six, please, for how many players are still in contention? Because Super Six is still going on right now. And you guys can all be a part of it. There's going to be a round coming up at the weekend. So make sure you're downloading the Super 6 app. The link is in the description below. Rory's going to check his points for us right now. And yeah, make sure you're downloading that app because at the weekend, there'll be another round and another chance for you to win £250,000. This week, I'm getting on pretty well, you know. I've got 10 points at the moment. One more goal for City and I'll have an extra 5.
So you put in 4-0, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put in 5-0, so I need a couple more goals for City.
I thought Villa would beat Newcastle, though. What did you make of that result for Newcastle yesterday?
It wasn't surprising for. I think Villa at points in the last few weeks, even though they're remaining in the top 4, they've been a little bit porous. I looked at the Man United result, how they kind of threw that game away a little bit. So I still think there's a lot of things for Unai Emery to figure out to make Aston Villa a consistent Champions League side. Will they have enough momentum to just keep in the top 4? Yeah, I still think they're favourites to do that.
Rory, we've figured out who you had the bet with. You're mixing your lads from the West Midlands up. It was Tom Garrett.
I did have a bet with Tom Garrett. That's right. Yeah, so he owes me money.
I watched the video with you and him the other day. Pretty good stuff.
Thank you.
My favourites.
That's very kind of you. Yeah, he's going to owe me money. You better get grafting. You better get grafting.
Get on that TikTok creator fund.
He's going to have to pay up. Yeah, Timo Werner scores 0.
Well done to Wolves, slapping up West Brom at the weekend.
Yeah. I can't even remember where that bet happened.
Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. Please do us a favour. We've got over 2,500 people watching. Hit that like button for us, will you? Because we haven't even got 200, so that's a bit mad, isn't it?
What, never got 200 likes?
Come on, lads, for God's sake.
I've got it.
Because the stream went down.
I like it.
We've been so unlucky. Honestly, we've had waterworks issues and all sorts.
I know, yeah. People
it's embarrassing.
For that. People thought we just
like
stopped doing live streams. Yeah, Buvey didn't wet himself pre-stream.
Yeah, we've had waterworks issues. Yeah, Buvey's wearing a nappy.
The office was flooded, and then the stream went down. Lads in the back room, let's keep it simple, okay? Let's just get the stream going consistently. From now till May, we're going to smash it out of the park.
Oh.
A few people have said your change of hairdo is reminding them of Kevin De Bruyne.
We're up. De Bruyne?
Yeah, because he's got the curtains on at the moment.
No, De Bruyne's hair's long. De Bruyne's hair's how my hair used to be. And I've got a beard.
I like it, mate.
I like it.
You keeping it?
So, no, I don't think. Probably not. But I've kind of chosen an easy life. Clean shaven's ag.
It is ag, yeah. It is ag.
So I'll see how this goes for a bit. Okay, we've got nearly 400 likes. No, we don't. We've got over 300 likes. That's a shame. I thought more of you. I did think more.
You've let down Rory. Save!
Should have been 2-0. Great save.
Petrovic with a good save. I think that was from Jones then. And Darwin Nunez.
Man.
Back heel?
Guy's a clown. He's a clown.
Back heel it in the air.
He's sideshow Bobbin. He really is.
Dun, 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 dun. I used to love doing that with Peter Crouch just coming on, you know.
Yeah, he's a clown, isn't he? He's a clown.
We did it once when he was just warming up, but we just did it for the whole time.
Did you?
Yeah. Do you know he speaks about the reception that he got at Chelsea, because you know he was a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Like he's Peter after Peter Osgood and all that. And he speaks about his reception at Stamford Bridge and how he speaks very openly and honestly. He basically says football has given him so much. It's given him a life. It's given him huge amounts of money. It's given him everything. But he said the one thing that football took from him was his football team, because he was a fan of Chelsea. He said he then played against Chelsea, and he said the reception that he got at Stamford Bridge was unlike anything that he got anywhere else. He'd have been there with Tottenham, Liverpool, QPR. When he was first there, probably QPR. But
Is that where he started, QPR?
Yeah, QPR, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Ealing. He's from that way.
Early days, I think it was like Villa?
He went to Villa. He went to Villa from QPR, I think.
Okay.
But he basically was saying that he got so much from the game, but the one thing that it's taken from him is Chelsea, his football club, because they treated him. The fans were so vile to him, so hostile to him, that he can't really support them anymore. And he said he hated it because he knew his dad was sitting in the stadium. So
he can't go back inside himself and say, right, now I'm a Chelsea fan.
No, because he was a Chelsea fan. He said he was treated so badly. So he said it's very difficult for him, because he said, when my girls ask me, who do we support? He said, like, I kind of, whenever I've been asked that question, who do I support? I'm a Chelsea fan. He's like, I can't really answer that anymore because I'm not a Chelsea fan. I've got a soft spot for the clubs that I played for.
Yeah.
So,
do you think that'd be the same for you if I made you a QPR player for all of your career because you weren't good enough for the Premier League for Chelsea, and they were slagging you off week in, week out?
What, at Chelsea?
Yeah, let's just say you played each other.
Yeah, because
look at
would you retire still be a Chelsea fan?
He's still an Arsenal fan and quite public with it.
Who? Sorry,
Darren Bent.
Darren Bent.
He played for Spurs.
Yeah, but
he would have got grief at Arsenal.
The way he
the
way I'm not an Arsenal fan. I can't speak for Darren Bent, but the way he kind of said it on TalkSport, he said, "Yeah, I'm a bit of an Arsenal fan." I was like, "Mate, like it was just." Did
he say bit of an Arsenal fan?
He said
you made that be up.
Not a bit. Not obviously not. Well, I don't know what he said literally, but the way he came out as an Arsenal fan, it wasn't very bold. It was a little bit soft about it. It was like, mate, no one cares.
Yeah, but you don't want to come running and screaming out.
Particularly when you've led the line.
Yeah, but you're on TalkSport. You're retired. You're not playing for Spurs
anymore. But when
anymore.
you've led the line for Tottenham.
But look at Arsenal.
I'm not saying at the time you should have come out as an Arsenal. I'm saying now, even now, I don't think he's like a bold enough fan. An interesting story on
that was, obviously can't stand him, but I found it quite funny. John Terry speaking about it because his dad's a West Ham fan, isn't he?
Yeah.
And there's a picture of him getting abused from his dad from the away end.
I think it's a myth. I know the picture. I think it's a myth.
I think
it's one of those. Yeah. There's a bit. John Terry went over.
But the story's true.
Yeah, the story's true. John Terry's from Barking. He's from East London, so John Terry played for that team. You know that amazing young team. I think it's called Senrab, and their five-a-side team.
Ledley King and all
their five-a-side team was J. Lloyd Samuel, John Terry, Jermaine Defoe up front.
Carrick in midfield.
This is their.
Defoe and Leon Knight played for a different Senrab team. Because I was watching thingy the other day, Filthy Fellas, and Defoe says my team with me and Leon Knight was better than John Terry's team.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because he kind of.
Oh, that's got to be.
Oh, he's giving a dive.
I need to see it again, but he better be right with this. Although Chilwell hasn't protested too much, has he?
Nope.
Yeah, it's not as big as the first one.
Chilwell
has stepped in.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? If he doesn't dive and he keeps running, he gets genuinely fouled, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean?
I think he also gets the ball. Man? More importantly, he keeps the ball. If he doesn't dive, he just keeps the ball.
Oh,
he slipped. Did he slip?
It's so pathetic.
Did he slip?
But like you could win a genuine penalty there.
Yeah.
By just running into his leg.
I hate diving. I mean, I don't hate it on principle. I just think that you're giving away possession.
I think it's the desperation.
Ashley Young used to do it a lot. I hated it.
Yeah.
Ashley Young was big for it.
Ashley Young was Suarez because he used to flick his leg into the defender.
Yeah.
I hate
it. That look at Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's bad as well, yeah. And the diving into people.
It was Michael Owen and Mauricio Pochettino, wasn't it? That was the best example. That's the best example of like kicking the player, the centre forward, kicking the player and getting a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pochettino versus Owen has got to be the best for that. But yeah, no, I think
talking about Senrab and
the Senrab John Terry.
But yeah, Jermaine Defoe was saying his team was better.
Right?
Because they had him and Leon Knight scoring like 70 goals a season.
Right. Yeah, I can't remember who the John Terry team was, but I know it's five. It's five. It
was a very good team.
It's 5 Premier League players. Oh, Ledley King. I think.
Yeah.
Ledley King, John Terry. Who was the centre forward? He was like a brilliant centre forward as well.
It was Defoe.
It was Defoe, but it was Defoe.
It was Defoe.
No, but Adam's saying that Defoe played for a different.
Maybe graduated
from
a
different. Yeah, it must be amazing though. Can you imagine being in a
Bobby Zamora?
That's it.
So it was John Terry, Ledley King, J. Lloyd Samuel, and Bobby Zamora.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Mate, imagine that's just your crew. That's effectively at school though.
Yeah.
Every single one of them goes on to be a Premier League player. Like that's
crazy.
Yeah. Like three of them play for England.
Yeah.
Like,
Bobby got a cap as well. Must have. Bobby Zamora definitely got a cap.
Did he?
He was definitely in a squad because I've got in my head I can see a picture of him in a England.
Give you money, you got a cap. Everyone got a cap in those days.
He was a good player, Zamora. He wasn't quite a player that. It was Brighton, wasn't it, where he ended up banging them in.
QPR as well.
QPR. He scored the famous goal.
No, he scored their goal against Derby, but he scored their goal at Wembley. They still sing about that, but.
Brighton, is it?
You are right.
Brighton.
He only moved to Tottenham from Brighton.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I say that. You know, in our panic, I was like, "It's Brighton, wasn't it?" And you both didn't say yes.
No, because I didn't know. I genuinely
no.
I knew it was Brighton.
Because neither of you said it, I was like, "I've done it again. I've done it again." Yeah, no, it was Brighton where he was
1 in 18.
He was pinging them in at Brighton.
Was he? Yeah.
1
that
in
must have been
18
Championship or whatever.
40 and 152.
Brighton.
For West Ham.
Yeah, he was pinging him in at Brighton.
Oh, they got smashed yesterday.
Mate, do you know what? I don't know where I sit on De Zerbi.
Brighton,
do you know what? On one hand, I think De Zerbi's could easily be in contention for the Liverpool job. On another hand, I think De Zerbi could be sacked from Brighton.
So he won 3 and 14.
3 and 15.
3 and 15.
Is it 3 and 15? I thought it was 1 and 30.
The first 20 seconds, the way they conceded, 20 seconds against Luton Town. Oh my God, it was bad. It was awful.
Luton are staying up. It's Forest or Everton.
I think I need to apologise to Luton because at the start of the season I said
don't need to apologise. It was your opinion.
No, but I was wrong, innit? So I need to hold my hand up. And
it's not an apology though. It's just you
not
predicted and got it
They're
wrong.
one of the most interesting sides to watch, entertaining sides to watch.
I want them to stay up. You know,
the way they press
Rory's
Brighton.
made me take my apology back.
No, there's a Luton fan that kind of gets on my case. Like you said, we were going down. I was like, I thought you would go down. I'm really happy that you're
I
not.
not only said they were going down, I said they were going to be worse than Derby.
It's a fair thing to say.
I thought that they not only did what they've managed to do. I think they're fantastic for the Premier League. Right? They're fantastic because I love a crazy gang. Whether it's Wimbledon, like they are the modern day crazy gang. I think their manager's brilliant. I love the way that he speaks. Ross Barkley's one of the best.
He was
English
controlling midfield against Brighton, running the game.
He'd done it a lot.
Could he get into the England squad?
Mate, I don't know. Oh no.
Liverpool in now.
Liverpool
Conor
back in.
Bradley.
Oh, Conor Bradley. Oh my God,
mate! I told you, he's
he must
superb.
be buzzing to
This
be
kid's
fair.
like a young Trent, and Trent's young.
He's
second generation Trent.
He's a young Trent.
He's
Trent's
superb.
young.
Fair play to him.
He's so
Man
good
scored
defensively
a
as well.
Premier League goal at Anfield against Chelsea.
Oh,
It's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good.
You've offered
and
nothing
there
going
was a
forward.
point I made on the farewell Klopp video when we were getting happy that he was leaving, although he's probably going to leave with fucking treble or something at this rate. But that he's playing a lot of youngsters this season.
Yeah, no,
isn't
he's
it?
really
there's a
blended.
lot
He's
of
really,
youngsters in this.
really blended.
And Liverpool fans must love that.
Yeah,
You know,
of course.
watching your team playing youngsters and things like that, especially when you're competing at the top end.
local lads as well. Yeah.
Is there a foul off the ball there? Is Ben Chilwell, hang on, watch Ben Chilwell here. Wait for it. There. See it? See the tussle?
Holding him, yeah.
No.
It seems like they're both holding each other though.
Not for me. Are they checking
Because
it?
Chilwell's running towards him, and he's.
But
kind
do
of
you know?
not
Do you know?
letting
My
him
next
go.
question was going to be: why is there so much room for Bradley down our left hand
Why
side?
is Sterling the one nearest to him?
Sterling and Madueke both did nothing.
What a finish!
It's a great
Oh.
finish.
Finish.
He's trusted him massive since
Yeah, he's
Trent's been injured.
and thrown him in the deep end. Sometimes it's great management, isn't it? To like hold them until they're ready and then really throw
I
them.
think it is being checked for the possible foul.
Why?
No,
off
because
the ball.
just have a look. Is it? I don't.
It doesn't look like a. It looks like a foul on Jota though to me. Although Chilwell's looking at the ref the whole time, and that's kind of when you know you're being fouled. You know what I
Classic
mean?
tussle.
You know, you're looking at the
Classic
ref
football
like-
tussle.
Yeah. Do something, ref, because yeah. So if you don't do something, I'm going to hit him in a minute. Like,
It's so bad,
Mate, you
lads.
should have seen the under 18s. United beat Liverpool the other day, and they had one fella up front. He's
Liverpool
swung a
did.
punch at someone first. Referee's not seen it. Then he's tried to elbow him. Referee's not seen it. It reminded me on a Sunday, just losing my head, just running about.
so what? He's playing centre forward for
I
Liverpool.
think the goal stood.
It's so fucking bad. It's so bad, man.
What's
What,
bad?
that it was-
Taking this, he's there nodding. Oh, have I got it? Yeah, it's good. What a big goal in his
Doesn't it have
life.
to be checked?
Huh?
It has to be checked.
No, it does
though, right?
not have to be checked.
if that's a foul-
nothing in this life
If
has
that's
to
a
be
foul.
checked.
Rory's going.
No,
That's
it
a
doesn't have
foul.
to be checked. It does not have to
But
be
why
checked.
does it not have to
Because
be
the referee should be competent enough to know there's nothing going on there. You don't need to
Just
check.
okay, like okay, Booth. You're in a title race with this Liverpool team.
I
No,
couldn't
let
care.
me finish my point.
Sorry, yeah.
You're in a title race with Liverpool. If that was an actual foul and they don't check it, you're going, bruv.
Yeah.
This could like that penalty decision could impact the title.
I know I
race.
go on about it all the time, and it's the same argument. I'd rather the referee does it on the spot, make a decision, and actually referee the game live than ruin that young kid's enjoyment of the goal. It's the biggest moment of his life, probably scoring at Anfield in that way. He's already had a few because he's been playing superb, Conor Bradley. Why reduce that kid's moment playing for Liverpool at such
No, but
a
I think
tender
you've
age?
got to once they decide to put VAR in, right?
Yeah.
And again, I'm with you. I didn't want VAR from the start.
Yeah, fine.
But once it's there,
So you have to check every moment has to be checked.
Once it's there, you've accepted that goals are going to be checked. There's almost always going to be that jeopardy.
The only best case scenario for VAR is that you check major mistakes where the referee couldn't see someone getting punched on the other side of the pitch or a massive mistake. There's no justifiable reason to strip that young kid's enjoyment of the goal and the
but I
Liverpool
think-
fans in the stadium because they wouldn't have been told anything and they've lost 3 minutes of their life and the enjoyment
Do you
of
know
football.
what, Adam?
Do you
Is
not
it
have to
truth? Are you
pathetic.
both not saying the same thing? Effectively, you're saying that it needs to be checked, and you're saying that it shouldn't
be
take
checked.
that long. No, he's not saying it shouldn't be checked. I think he's basically saying it should be checked in real time.
But was it long?
That shouldn't have been
Everything
checked.
should
was
be
that a long?
That shouldn't have been
VAR
checked.
Yeah, I think it was
See,
longer
that's the
than it
thing. He's saying
needed
it
to be.
shouldn't have to.
There's
be.
some things
He's
that
literally
have to
said
be
it
checked.
shouldn't be
What
checked.
I'm saying by checking, you're checking everything. I'm checking this now. I'm checking that the centre half doesn't just pick the ball up with his hands. I'm watching it and therefore checking.
So the VAR guys are watching every
you're
minute.
checking
yeah,
it
you're
in
right.
real
Yeah,
time. So I'm checking it now. If he handballs it, I'm going to blow. So I'm checking it.
yeah.
He hasn't
So
handballed it.
VAR
Great.
should say don't extend the game. There's nothing wrong. Just carry on.
You can be checking it now. The keeper's out of his box. If he picks it up here, I'm going to okay, he hasn't.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
And it's real time.
I didn't see the pass, but they could have also had to check an offside. They could have had to check a number of.
Look, I'm defending VAR here. Cole Palmer at the moment. Cole Palmer, look, there's Azzy on the press. If he 2-foots him, I'm going to blow. But he hasn't, so I've checked it and it's fine. You can check it in real time, can't you? Look, I'm checking this now. If he doesn't punch him in the face, the game's going to go on. He hasn't punched him in the face, the game goes on.
I just feel sometimes as football fans, because we're already kind of set in the mind frame of we hate VAR, yeah? Every little thing now, like that wait there, it didn't feel that long to me. Now, obviously, I've got no emotion in the game.
1 second's too long.
I don't really care. And I kind of thought it's a 50-50. It could be a foul.
1 second's too long.
You have to look at it.
But Adam, 1 second's too long.
Is that not unreasonable?
Adam, what about if it was a really intricate situation where they were unsure or really tight offside? Then I think you can kind of justify why it takes that long. There was no reason to not get just as we knew immediately that Conor Gallagher should have been given a penalty. We knew immediately that Jota didn't handball it, and we knew immediately that Bradley's goal was legit. We didn't need the debate. We didn't need to
delay. Why delay the game? Why?
I knew. The second I saw
you
it,
don't want the referees to referee the game live. That's what they're meant to do.
I do. And I thought the
second that you saw Conor Gallagher, the second it happened, you went penalty, and you were right. The second that I saw Diego Jota bust through, I saw it. I was like, that's a Liverpool goal, and I was right. The second that he saw Bradley ball hit the back of the net, he said goal. And
was that not a genuine 50-50 though there between them two?
Yeah,
so
you don't need a minute to check it and reduce the beauty
Remember
of the
goal.
goal.
The referee's on the pitch as well. He's there. He should just know.
He's got to be doing 95% of the work, Adam. It's not 50-50.
No, I just feel like as football fans, like confirmation bias in it. It's like, we've waited 5 seconds there. That's you're checking everything.
Mate,
like,
5 seconds is long. 5 seconds is too long.
That's important in terms of the title race, in terms of
it's not football.
I don't know, Champions League spots, Europe, everything. I just think sometimes we're kind of being irrational with our.
It's not irrational.
Oh my God, that's
giving a penalty.
Is that a penalty?
I don't know. Do you know what I said earlier? I said I'm scared here.
It could be 5 or 6.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's going to be 3 at half time. Anyone, our away end will be empty by half time. Chelsea fans will be able to watch the second half at home. I've done that before, you know.
Have you?
Yeah, when
back in time.
I got home from Tottenham when the game was still going.
Just to cheer you up, Brentford have got one back.
Yes!
It's 3-2 though.
Mate, my whole life is now Schadenfreude about Tottenham. I'm just
That is a penalty, by the way. That's a Stonewall penalty.
He's dived a little bit.
He's gone down soft, but he's a penalty.
What was that game where he dived instead of trying to score?
Yeah, when he had the open goal.
Was it Newcastle?
Yeah, it was Newcastle in that huge game.
Horrible,
He decided to not score a goal.
That's a penalty.
No, that's a penalty. Of course it is.
But again, they have to check it.
That's not the point.
But in that one...
He didn't score, mate.
In that exact one, I think you could take a bit of time to see it again with the penalty. Did Bradley Ashile step on his foot or is he dived? So let's have a look. With the Gallagher penalty, just a penalty.
So you advocate for every big moment in a football match having 2 minutes of analysis.
That wasn't after 2 minutes. See, I think
a minute.
I think you're kind of misrepresenting my argument here.
Okay, a minute.
My argument is, I think a lot of the times when you criticize VAR, you're right, and I agree with you. I just feel on that second goal for Liverpool, I feel like I kind of get frustrated with it when I see pundits and I'm with you guys, I'm watching the game with my friends or whatever. And I feel like we've got confirmation bias with VAR. So as soon as we think, VAR's crap, it waits too long. When we see a little 15, 20-second check there or whatever it was,
I don't understand
we kind of
go,
this is crap.
But why reduce it down?
They have to check it.
But firstly, they don't have to check it. They don't have to check. They don't have to check every moment. You could just sit there and say the referee didn't think that it was a foul on Chilwell, so you carry on with the game.
But the referee didn't think it was a penalty.
I honestly think if we were covering this game,
the referee didn't think it was a penalty on Gallagher.
If it was Wayne Rooney's first game for Man United and he scored a goal for Man United, you'd be gutted.
Purely emotional, I think you've got to take emotion out. Because that's what people ask for when they got
my argument with VAR. VAR has taken the emotion out of football.
Nunez is taking this, by the way.
The emotion of football's been taken out by VAR. He smashed it in.
Miss.
Look at this. Top right.
It's missed.
It was top right.
He hit the post. So the game's still alive.
How's he missed that, the donkey?
Yeah, Raheem Sterling breaking away here.
Mate, we're going to score now.
One-on-one with Van Dijk.
Come on, Sterling. Oh, fucking shit, this guy.
Mate, do you know what? It's the least pressured penalty that you could possibly get, isn't it? You're 2-0 up, you're cruising, you're at home, everything's going your way, and he can't even slot that one home.
Well, he's missed it. I think we should check that in VAR to make sure that he gets another go.
On his line.
Yeah, honestly, no, add it. 15 seconds. 50 seconds.
Go on.
No, I'm saying we should review it.
Review what?
I'm just saying we should review the penalty.
Booth, come on.
No,
man.
What?
Because you misrepresent.
Do you know what? If it was Wayne Rooney's first goal for Man United and it had been reduced to 20-second wait time, you'd be gutted, man. You'd be gutted. If you're in a stadium,
and
you'd be gutted.
I'll start this off by saying I didn't want VAR from the start. Like, I feel grassroots football should be the same as Premier League, although you got goal line technology.
You knew.
Yeah, he does that a lot. Oh, look, now he's checked. Now
Pep does that as well, yeah.
Does Pep do the same?
Yeah.
Adam Lewis with the super chat, got to read it out. Sorry, Booth. Says, Buvey tells his missus 5 seconds is too long. So, according to...
Why is he laughing?
He said the super chat.
Stanley Matthews. The old Stanley.
You can't invoice that money back, mate.
No, I just think sometimes we're irrational with our criticism of VAR.
So you think, but I'm asking you genuine as a mate. Do you think that was irrational, what I've just said?
Which bit?
The Conor Bradley goal. That I'm irrational for thinking that was wrong, how they did him just then.
I think the timing of it. I think you gave it like 10 and you're like, this is a joke. Like,
because it is. It was 20.
It wasn't that long. And
do you not think a second's too long in football? Isn't that the point of football?
You know when people accepted VAR and because I remember, I don't know what your opinion was at that point. I don't think we did much content together then. But pre-VAR, I remember calling shows. I remember pundits, Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, whoever you want, pretty much demanding VAR, saying this is costing teams so much money.
Because they had a bigger voice.
Once you accept it,
so some of these multi-millionaire ex-footballers have got a bigger voice.
Fans used to do it.
What? So a couple of people you listen to on TalkSport. If you audited every genuine football fan that's been to at least one live game in their life, 90% would get rid of VAR.
Also, I think what it was marketed as, what we were told it was going to be, it isn't. We were told that it was going to be the answer to eradicate the grey area. Things that are black and white, we would use it for, and things that weren't black and white, we wouldn't. Mm-hmm. What we have now is a situation where it's only open to interpretation, so it's no better. We're not in a better place. What it can definitively tell us, what technology can definitively tell us, it should be used for. So, for example, did the ball go out of play? Did the ball cross the line? Did the ball cross?
I laugh because there's been times when
it didn't. Bad example.
We still don't know that.
Then we can't use it. Okay, then it's not used.
That's
for
how bad it is.
Okay, then it's not used for that. Did the ball cross the line?
Goal line tech.
That's officially it can tell us. Did the ball cross the line? So the fact that it can tell us for that's what we employ it for. Anything that is still up for debate, anything that is the grey area, anything that is basically still an opinion, go back to the referee, because it doesn't solve anything. Like, if the referee didn't think that was a penalty, we live with it. The fact that VAR didn't think it was a penalty, it was a disgrace.
I'd rather live in a world without VAR, but I don't know.
But the application of it's
kind of
still
going
wrong.
over it too much now.
Yeah, look, of course.
I just find that sometimes we complain.
The application of it is wrong.
Fair enough. Let us know who you agree with in those comments. I imagine a lot of people agree with Buvey, but I just think when we're going to criticise it, we should be sensible with it, because then that's the only way you're going to improve it, right? Although we ain't got no skin in the game. Anyway.
We got no skin.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're hitting that like button as well. Get subscribing. It's half-time here. Liverpool 2, Chelsea 0. Manchester City are winning 3-0. Spurs are winning 3-2 at this moment in time. Man City has 14 minutes remaining. And the Spurs game has roughly the same amount, although City's game kicked off a little bit earlier than that one. 2-0 down at half-time. It could have been better for Chelsea, as they may have had a penalty. It could have been worse for Chelsea, as they could have conceded a penalty. Rory, how are you feeling at half-time?
Yeah, gutted, obviously gutted. I mean, we're 2-0 down. We've also been very lucky that they missed the penalty. It's been atrocious, but there's nothing really surprising about it. Liverpool are a really good team with a brilliant manager. We're a pretty average team with a distinctly average manager. You know, this is what happens. I thought that we were going to pull something out of the bag today, and maybe if that Conor Gallagher penalty had been given, it would have been different. You know, we'd have gone 1-0 up. The atmosphere at Anfield would have drastically changed. But sadly, it's
been poor.
It's poor.
It's been poor.
We're just not a good team, though. Like,
I know, yeah.
You know, we're just not a good side at all. There's so many
a little bit
players.
flatter, a little bit deeper, a little bit more rigid defensively. I feel like they've cut you open with ease.
Yeah, well, you know the run that we've been on, where we've beaten teams. You know, we scored 6 against Borough and all that. We haven't really beaten anybody significant.
Yeah, Borough aren't great in the
but
moment,
like, you know, when we beat Middlesbrough 6-1, like, okay, they're a championship team, but they're not. It's not Leicester.
Yeah,
I think they were 12th or something. You know, they're not going to come up.
Yeah.
So, and we lost away from home to them. So no, we are all over the place, and I think Pochettino gets so much wrong. I really do. I feel like he gets away with it massively. But it is what it is.
We'll bring you more updates on the games that are still in action. Like I said, it's 3-0 City, 3-2 to Spurs. We're going to have a debate shortly on our top 5 Premier League managers of all time and whether Jurgen Klopp sits in that top 5. But before we do, remember the club is brought to you by Super 6. Thank you very much to the people at Super 6 for backing the show for this season. We absolutely appreciate them. And remember, you can get a little something out of this deal too, because it's a free-to-play game. Click the link in the description below. Get your predictions in, and you could win £250,000. We've had some near misses.
Oh, mate, that last one, I can't believe how close that kid was.
What game was that?
He needed a Liverpool win, a Liverpool 2-0 win, and they won 4-0, didn't they?
Yeah.
He needed a Liverpool 2.
Newcastle. It was the Newcastle game.
Newcastle.
We were speaking about it earlier.
Yeah. If Liverpool, that's amazing, isn't it? He got 5 of the 6 totally correct. He needed one result to go his way. He got the team right. He got the winner right, but he was just 2 goals out. He said 2-0, and what did it finish? 4. So unfortunate.
It's a punishing game, Super 6, but also very rewarding.
It's free to play as well. Do you know what I mean? So that you've got no reason not to be involved. And you can join our mini league, the code's Club23. At the end of the season, we're having a friendly against.
Can we say where or
FC.
not?
I don't know if we can.
No,
we've
probably not.
kind of
Let's not
found
say.
out where. But there's been some iconic Premier League goals scored there.
You know, I was with.
You know what I mean?
Van Persie.
Oh, I mean, just.
Yeah. Does that give it away?
Well, he scored a few. He scored a few at Stamford Bridge.
If you can get it from that, fair play to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know? I was talking to. This is going to be. I was thinking that it's going to be like a really nice game, a friendly game. I don't think it is.
It's gonna be
I
nice.
don't think it is. Us versus pitchside. I think it's going to get
nice,
quite.
yeah.
I'm on a 2-foot Garrett, you know.
He was talking about that today.
You know what? There has to be, Brum against
Yeah.
Wolverhampton.
Stourbridge.
West Brom, sorry.
Stourbridge versus Birmingham.
He'd hate me saying he's from Wolverhampton. In fact, I might just run with it.
Yeah.
Just rattle it.
We should get our kit made up in Wolves colours.
So what would be annoying? What would be annoying for him to say? If I said to him, "You're from where?" What's annoying about Tom? Like what could I say to be annoying?
Say he's from Wolverhampton.
That's annoying then.
Because he hates Wolves.
But he's not from Wolverhampton, though.
He's not.
What? There must be a
Is there a part of London if I said, "Oh, you're from this part," to wind you up?
no. Saying I
Loftus
wasn't
Road.
from London.
If I'm saying you're from Stratford or something like that.
No.
Gloucestershire.
There isn't
No.
that. I
By the way,
mean-
so many people
Peckham.
got it with those with
Have they?
those clues.
Have they? Fair play.
if him saying Van Persie and me saying Van Nistelrooy doesn't strike it, then
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
fine.
but you backed it up with. I think just the Van Persie could have easily. There could have been many a ground.
Yeah.
Now you've gone for the double, the Van double. It's
Sam Turton says, "So glad you, in quotation, stole Caicedo from us." And I've got a super chat, and legally we've got to read it out.
legally.
Yeah, legally, isn't it?
Legally blonde.
It's Rory.
What?
Can you tell me why we? He's a Chelsea fan. So
Oh right, sorry, mate.
why we still employ Poch?
I don't know. I don't use this word often, but I genuinely mean this. I hate the man. I do. I
Don't
really
say that.
Is it
Can I
worse
not
than
say that?
sorry?
Am
My
I not
mum will
allowed?
always say hate's a very
Hate's a strong word. Yeah.
But it's the true word. I just think he's you. Like I really don't like him. Okay, I don't like. And you might say to me, but Rory, you're a busy man. You're a father. How do you have time in your day to be so hate-filled? And do you know what? I find the time.
Yeah, I think you need to.
dedicate a little bit of
Makes
every
you live
day.
longer.
I dedicate just a moment. Maybe if I'm on the Finchley Road and I'm getting a coffee in the Pret, I just have a little think, and I think, I despise that manager. I really do. And then I carry on with my day. I just take a moment. I think it's important that we should all do
Is it
that.
worse than sorry?
By the way, in case someone at Chelsea listening, we would love to have Poch on the club. Despite all
I would
the
never
worries.
want to see me. I don't. No.
He can have this seat.
He can sit here instead of me. No, you do. I don't want to be him. I don't. I really don't. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I'm sorry if that's offensive to
I
anybody.
think you're allowed to say it.
You're allowed to say it.
I genuinely do.
I hate some of our
A
players.
tiny little part of my day, whatever's going on, I can be playing with my kid. I just stop that for a moment. I go outside into the garden. I let the rabbits out the hut.
Throw
So
an
they can have a
axe into
little.
the
They can
Mauricio
have a little.
Pochettino.
No, it's calmer than that.
Cut
It's a
out.
calmer hatred. It's quite therapeutic hatred. It's a hatred that is quite cleansing for my soul. I basically just think I'm at peace. I'm on my own. Everything's tranquil, and I go, I despise that, man.
I'm worried about you. It's a bit like when Tony Soprano was feeding the ducks. The ducks flew away and they had a meltdown. You know, he started killing everyone.
His ducks have
It's
flown
me and
away.
a rabbit. Mate, do you know
Couple
what?
more goals tonight.
Mate,
I don't know what's happening with Rory.
My wife was so worried about me this morning. She's come down. I've gone outside. Do you know what I've got? I've got this joke of a present. I've got this like Versace robe. It's mental, right? I'm standing outside, freezing cold. I'm standing outside in my garden with this Versace
Is it
robe.
real?
You
got a real Versace robe?
Yeah. Do you
It's not from Wembley Market, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
Wembley, great reference. Yeah, that's not there anymore. Wembley Market. That's when I was a kid. Used to get the fake Umbros. But yeah, I'm out there. There's a fox who's tried to dig my rabbit. I think it's a fox who's tried to dig my rabbits out, but it couldn't. Thank God. But I'd have been in a terrible state if that happened.
You people at home.
But anyway, I go out with my rabbits. I make a little espresso and I stand there and I think, Mauricio Pochettino, I hate you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Danny Shields, super chat, got to read it out, says that Chelsea central midfield cost 200 million.
More.
And your best
More.
player is the
More.
one that you're trying to get rid of.
More. Yeah. Yeah, not having a good
Who's
game
that?
today. The best one is
Conor
the one he's
Gallagher.
referring to.
Oh, you're trying to get rid of Conor Gallagher. Yeah.
No, our central midfield cost 250 million. Our central midfield cost £250 million, and one of them was free.
That's the GDP of Haiti or something. Do you know what I mean? That's
Mate,
crazy.
one of them was free.
Yeah.
Our central midfield of three cost 250 million, £250 million. £250 million quid spent on the central midfield, and one of them was gratis.
You could buy half the RAF for that. A couple of fighter jets and all sorts.
Don't know, maybe.
That's a
I don't know how much a fighter jet costs.
Yeah. Harry Robson with another super chat says, thank you for,
John
for
Terry,
that.
the away end.
I sat down this evening, made a spaghetti bolognese, saw our team put me off my food after watching that first half. I need a new TV and something else for dinner.
Yeah.
John Terry in the away end?
John Terry in the away end, I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry about this guy's spaghetti bolognese, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's just
You're a spaghetti
terrible.
bolognese, man? You like spaghetti bolognese?
Probably not. Of all
Hit
of
and miss
the
for me,
of
very
all
hit
of
and miss.
of all of the Italian dishes that I could go for, the spaghetti bolognese would be low down. Low down.
I had to go for another dinner on Mulberry Street.
Did you?
Yeah,
Lovely.
I love where, you know.
Lovely.
There's
There's a. I went out. It's my missus' birthday, right? We went to a restaurant in Marble Arch called Locanda Locatelli. Beautiful place. I ruined it for myself. I totally ruined it. I can't believe how I managed to listen to what I did. Went out for dinner. I don't get out that much anymore, right? I've got a bottle of wine. I'm so happy. Out for my wife's dinner, birthday. They got a lovely bread basket. They brought the bread basket, right? All this lovely warm bread. I smashed the bread basket. I couldn't eat. I had this lobster linguine that came. I just sat there looking at it. I was like, I've ruined it. I've
You know
ruined my
where
dinner.
I do that a lot? You know when I go to a good Turkish place.
And they bring all the
I
pizza
go
out with the
very early
hummus
with
and
the
that.
bread,
yeah,
and I'm done in.
Yeah.
Done in.
Yeah, I've ruined it.
I like a good bread basket.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Or a cheese tray, bro. I've become one of those.
I'm less of the cheese.
That's
Do you
my
like
cheese board, that's
cheese
it.
as a pudding? I don't get. I mean, I'm not. I'm not a pudding man. But you know, when people go, I fancy a cheese board.
Oh no, and I'm
that's
not
such a
pudding.
weird
Why are you
thing
mental?
to. I think it's a weird thing to have.
For pudding.
It's a weird thing to have post dinner. But people love it, don't they?
Yeah, chilling out about an hour or two after dinner.
You get the cheese. You crack
Few
the cheese
beers,
out.
few drinks. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
No, I do agree with that. But yeah, it's what's
It's
going on?
depressing watching City win all the time, isn't it? I must say.
Well, this is
It's more depressing watching Liverpool
this is the interesting thing. You know, when Jurgen Klopp announced that he was going to retire, the narrative was, what impact will this have on Liverpool? Are Liverpool now going to be invigorated? Are they going to become this resurgent team that's desperate for? Nobody spoke about the impact that Klopp's announcement would have on City, on Guardiola.
What do you think that is then?
Surely this is Guardiola's dream to go, lads, make sure that he ends his time here with one league title. Make sure that we make it 4 in a row on his watch. Make sure, this gives Pep Guardiola a lot of, as much as it could invigorate Liverpool, and as we can see from tonight's game, it certainly has, although I think they would have battered us whether he announced it or not. It could have a very similar impact on them, on City. You know, on Guardiola, he's got to be looking at it thinking that this is great for him. He basically, Guardiola's chances of winning a 5th in a row suddenly becomes way better because Jurgen Klopp's not standing in the way.
Do you think it could ultimately lead to him going, you know what, I'm going to do one as well? In a weird, because it might just feel like an end of an era type thing, innit? My main rival's gone. This ain't quite what it used to be.
I don't think so.
No?
Because you know what? It's getting to the stage, mate. I don't think this, and I know that you're going to be cut from the same cloth here. But Guardiola is coming very close, in some people's opinion, to the Fergie legacy. I don't agree, but it's not the point I made. I'm not even trying to start that debate with you. I'm just saying that Pep Guardiola wins 5 in a row, for example, 6 in a row. All of a sudden, it's the same amount of European Cups, or it could easily be the same amount of European Cups by the end of this season. It's suddenly 6 in a row, which has never been done. Fergie's 13 suddenly looks a little bit more... Was Fergie 13? Yeah.
Yeah, 13 league.
13 suddenly looks a little bit more plausible.
I do think
I don't agree with that. But I just think that for Guardiola's legacy, he's just going to be like, Klopp's going, makes the 5 in a row, 6 in a row all the more believable.
Can I ask you, I saw something and it kind of made me think, I've never asked Rory about this and I don't know why. Thoughts on people holding those cardboards, asking for shirts?
They shouldn't be allowed. They should not only. I don't mean shouldn't be allowed by. They shouldn't be allowed
legally.
No, they should be. They should be bullied out of them in the stadium. So put that down, you little mug.
Yeah, I agree. I think parents encourage it the most.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen adults do it. I've seen adults.
Some parent don't. I mean, some little kid don't want Scott McTominay's shirt.
No,
he's gone. Listen, son.
Yeah.
Ask for McTominay's because I think
you might
that
get
one
that.
might be easy.
Yeah. He's never seen it before. He's delighted. Yeah.
You know,
he want a selfie with you. He's going to ask you for a picture, son. Yeah.
I find it hilarious when you see some old fella trying to pull it.
Yeah, I know. I do find that funny.
Kids there, like, what the hell's going on?
I do find. I saw a great clip on the internet. I told you this amazing For You page on the Twitter. It's fantastic. I told you, didn't I? I saw the inside of a washing machine. Did I tell you?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I saw
dishwasher.
an inside of a dishwasher. It's fucking brilliant. I saw
everyone's washing machine has a window.
I saw a great. Yeah, no, the washing machine's all right. Yeah, my cat used to do that. My cat, I'd put the washing machine on. My cat would be like that, just like watching it go round and round and round and round.
We lost the cat once, and he was in the washing machine.
Yeah, no, my cat used to get in there. I know. They love it in there because it's all warm and that. But on this For You page, I saw an amazing fight in baseball. The ball's got hit into the stand, and 2 people have gone for it. Both thought they got it. Both thought it was theirs. The wives are involved, and it just becomes it.
Yeah.
And everyone then rolling down the stairs, beating it, like smacking each other in the back of the head as they're rolling down the stairs.
Yeah,
big fat American, like rumbling for a baseball.
That narrows it down, doesn't it? So, top 5 greatest Premier League managers of all time.
And we are doing that to us. Sorry, we spoke a moment ago, and I thought
we didn't do it. We just mentioned it.
Starting off with 5.
So let's start. Yeah, I've written my 5 down.
I've got my 5
written.
You
got your 5 mentally. Yeah. Who is your number 5?
The 5th best manager to have ever operated in the Premier League is Jurgen Klopp.
I've gone 5 Jurgen Klopp as well.
I've gone Arsene Wenger.
Okay, let's save the Wenger chat. Why Jurgen Klopp there?
I think what he's done is sensational. His contribution to the league is huge. His contribution to Liverpool is unrivaled. What he's done for them in terms of being mentality monsters and all of that, the fact that they won the league for the first time in 30 years, and what his team has done better than maybe any team in the Premier League ever is that relentlessness. The go all the way in a Premier League title, get 97 points, not win the league, and what do they do the following year? Bounce back, win it at a record early. Like they won it earlier than anyone has ever won it. They made the statement. They went all the way in a European Cup. They got to the final. They lost under arguably quite controversial circumstances in Kiev. They went all that way, didn't go their way. What happened the following year? Bounced back, won it, wallop. Wasn't even a final. It was over after 30 seconds. That is unbelievable from Klopp. And the fact that he's on this list shows you how brilliant I think he is. But he isn't better than 4 others.
Yeah. I've got Jurgen Klopp 5th in my list. Obviously, when I was looking at 5th, there were like the Ranieris that popped into my head. Ancelotti popped into my mind as possible options for this position. But you have to go with Jurgen Klopp. When you look at kind of breaking that, record for Liverpool in terms of bringing them the title after so long, the first I've seen in my lifetime. It was something I never thought I'd see, and I wish I'd never see. Winning every single trophy with Liverpool as well. I know there's been a lot of talk about whether he's won enough in that period, but you look about who he's competing with and the circumstances Pep Guardiola's in compared to him, I think he deserves to be up there. Why have you got Wenger in 5th and not higher.
Wenger below Klopp.
I think Wenger gets a little bit. Yeah. For me, Jurgen Klopp goes above Arsene Wenger, and Arsene Wenger's legacy in what he did in the 90s, coming over, kind of revolutionising how Arsenal played football and sports science. We all know that. And the 98 double winning side and the Invincibles, incredible sides. He didn't win the European Cup. He went over a decade without winning anything. There's a baggy amount of time at Arsenal where they didn't win trophies. And even in the prime Arsenal era, 3 Premier League titles is not enough, in my opinion, based on how good those sides were.
You said that 3 Premier League titles are not enough. Then why is 1 for Jurgen Klopp enough?
Because it's 1 in a condensed amount of time. Where I think that Liverpool side that Liverpool side were struggling in terms of what FSG put in. I maintain they did not invest enough. And Jurgen Klopp has miraculously built something out of the side that they had. And the big point for me about why Jurgen Klopp's above Arsene Wenger, peak Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp would beat the Invincibles, in my honest opinion. Honestly, in terms of how they're all playing together, in terms of the pressing. I've never seen a side smash Man City in the way Liverpool have. Not a single side in the last 6 years.
Could you not, I'll let you go in a set row. Could you not, with Arsene Wenger, look at his career in 2 periods though? He had the 8-year period where he won 3 titles. And then the second kind of half of his position at Arsenal was very, very different, wasn't it? It kind of had circumstances you had to play. Sorry, what was you going to say then?
I think it's interesting. I actually don't even see it as being close. It's interesting, Booth, because
I don't see it close.
Yeah, I don't even see it as close. You and I think generally we sort of chime with one another's opinions. I think, but we're poles apart on this.
So can I just ask, have you got 4th Klopp?
Yeah.
And you've got 4th Wenger.
I do, but
I've got 4th Wenger as well. So we can kind of discuss why one's above the others and not.
That final 10 years, would Jurgen Klopp have ever let Liverpool be that baggy, bottle the league title against Leicester City? In my opinion, they should have won that.
No, they should have won.
They should have won that. There's another season with Nasri and Adebayor where they were really close for a long part of the season. The way they lost to Man United in the Champions League in that semi-final, I think it was, they got humiliated at points for a good 10-year period. I know that means he's managed more games because he's been there longer and he won a few FA Cup finals. Don't get me wrong, that was decent. But against Hull City and Aston Villa, with all due respect, Jurgen Klopp's intensity of what he achieved in such a short spell and nearly winning a quadruple.
Although serious? the nearly is generous.
It's nearly doesn't matter.
But getting your side that close on multiple
if
fronts.
they won a treble and nearly won a quadruple, they didn't win.
You know me, I'd always say that as well, especially the way they've lost European Cup finals. But
why is Wenger above him for you?
Wenger is clearly above him for me for many reasons. I think, firstly, let's not underestimate the impact of Arsene Wenger in the Premier League in terms of what he did to football in this country. He did have a huge impact on the shaping of it for the future generations, and he has actually had an impact on the way that football is played today. I think that the Premier League is the best league in the world today, due partly to the contribution of Arsene Wenger. Mm-hmm. Also, mate, won a double twice. Mm-hmm. Won a double twice.
What about the European Cup?
Klopp's only ever won 1 trophy in a season.
How do you think the lack of a European Cup affects his legacy?
Huge. I think the year that he didn't win, the year that they were invincible, they were the best team in the world, and they didn't win the European Cup. The European Cup final that year was Monaco versus Porto. That had to be Arsenal. One way or the other, it had to be Arsenal.
What's the best side for you, the 98 or the Invincibles? What's the best Arsenal side?
Well, cup competitions...
No, I'm just saying in general. What is the best side? What's the best Arsenal Premier League side?
I think 98.
So you say 98. Did they beat that Liverpool side
that won the league?
I think the Invincibles.
I think it's the other one.
You think the Invincibles beat the 99-point season where they won the league?
I don't think it's the 98 one, sorry, because I'm re-8ing that. I think it's the one just after that.
Do you think
I don't think it's the Invincibles one, though. Beat who?
Yeah,
the Invincibles versus the 99-point Liverpool season.
Do it player for player. It's a great game. Do it player for player.
I think Klopp's philosophy,
head and shoulders above player for player.
But what Wenger did for the Premier League made
you know what? Just
the environment that Klopp could succeed in.
This is a great game.
I think it's close, by the way.
Mate, this is a great game. But when you think about the Hollywood players, right? Stars, icons. There are far more icons in the Arsenal Invincible team than there are in the Klopp.
I think it's closer.
No,
Liverpool
but
got a better keeper,
look, you've
Van
got
Dijk.
Henderson in that team.
Yeah. The midfield's miles away. But Salah gets in on the right.
Does that not improve Klopp's argument, though?
Yes. Oh!
Tell him what's happened.
Mudryk has missed, and in other news, water is wet. He's useless. Mudryk, useless.
Yeah, the reason I've got Wenger above him is because I think the era he come into changed the Premier League, like Rory was saying. I think he's kind of the style of play he brought with him. I know, only really United had a real style of play in the Premier League, and then you see that now, and you look at You look at everyone's got it now. And I know you can talk about Pep's influence after that and all the Klopp's influence after that and all those kind of things. But I think without Arsene Wenger kind of breaking that mold, I don't think it makes the Premier League kind of like a...
Who would you rather Man United play
four.
against in the Champions League final, that Liverpool side or the Arsenal side? I'd rather play the Arsenal
I'll
side.
be confident against both because...
But who would you be less confident about?
You know, when Arsenal were Arsenal winning the double, I didn't feel like we could ever beat them. That Liverpool team, I always felt it was a better team than them.
Really?
Man City. Yeah. And that's obviously how good
Except
Man City
the 99-point season.
No, but even then, even when they won the league, I know they were unreal, both teams were unreal, but they were never the best, out and out the best team in the country for me.
That Arsenal team, Bergkamp.
And let's compete with Fergie.
Think about just that left side.
Van Dijk gets in the combined 11. Alisson's better than Lehmann.
Wait a minute.
Alisson's better than Lehmann. Is that fair?
Alisson.
Alisson. That's what you said. Van Dijk.
Van Dijk gets in ahead of Sol Campbell.
Nah,
no.
I'm not.
He might get in
trying
alongside. He might get. You can have the debate about Kolo Toure.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Kolo Toure.
No, you can have the debate about Kolo Toure, but you can't have the debate about Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell's better player than Virgil van Dijk by a mile.
Okay,
not twice, but yeah, he's very good.
You know me, I'll put it out there. I'm not that big on Van Dijk, but fine. Van Dijk gets in there. Not Robertson because of Cole, of course.
Cole, yeah.
The midfield's far away.
Who's right back?
Lauren.
Who's right back? Lauren or
Trent?
Alexander-Arnold?
I think
Lauren's a better right back though.
Lauren's a better right back.
The right,
but he's
who's right mid? Perez versus Salah.
No. Perez this side. Perez on the Ashley Cole side. Yeah.
So we're talking Lundberg.
Right was Lundberg.
So Lundberg, Salah gets in over Lundberg. Mane might get in. Mane might get in.
And Perez.
For some people.
No.
I'm just throwing out.
Mane's brilliant, but that left side of Arsenal has to be in because it was the best left side the league's ever seen.
Yeah.
Ashley Cole, Robert Pires, Thierry Henry,
and Henry down the middle.
Henry playing in that
Dennis
channel.
and Ryan Giggs on a chat, by the way.
You know that? No, but you know that Thierry Henry channel where he would drift over.
Ashley Cole.
No, wait, hang on.
Ashley Cole.
Even the Man United great teams, even the Chelsea great teams. Cole Pires Henry as a left channel.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah, that left channel is in any team.
Ashley Cole nuts as well.
Yeah.
Ashley Cole gets into
World 11.
Almost every Premier League 11.
He gets into he's the best left back the world has ever seen. He is.
Maldini,
you could argue Maldini maybe.
But yeah.
But anyway, and then Dennis Bergkamp has to be in.
In what position?
I don't know because it's slightly different, but overall, if you're picking one of Mane or Bergkamp, the answer's Bergkamp, isn't it? Some
people just
am I going mad here?
Just to bring in some conversation here from the chat. People say Mane finished second in Ballon d'Or.
So Jorginho finished third in Ballon d'Or.
It's weird because when I was arguing with Liverpool fans about Ronaldo winning the Ballon d'Or and that's why he should be ahead of Salah, they didn't seem to take that in. But the same, we're nostalgia merchants. Me and you.
I don't think we are. I just think it's right. Dennis Bergkamp's a better player than Sadio Mane.
I think you're right in this argument. You are nostalgia merchants. But you're still right in this argument.
You're right in his argument, but you are.
Yeah.
His insult's right. He's just using it at the wrong time.
Ultimately, fifth Klopp for me, fourth Wenger, same for Rory, and yours is Flip.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Third, I think is...
Third, I've got Mourinho.
So have I. We've got identical lists so far.
Yeah.
And underrated as well. I think Mourinho's close to the top two. That it's pretty obvious who our top two is.
I nearly had Wenger ahead of him, but the reason is Mourinho just beats Wenger every time they played, and you kind of have to take that into consideration.
No, you have to take in condensed amount of time he was in the league as well. Like what he did at Chelsea. I know he was at Chelsea the second time for a very short amount of time before he got sacked again, and they were rubbish. But he won the league 10 years after winning it the first time.
And the League Cup as well that people forget. Like he won 2 trophies that year. You know, people say, 2015 Chelsea, it wasn't particularly good, it wasn't particularly attractive. Won 2 out of 3 trophies we were in.
And what team was that? Moses and that?
No, that was Conte's team a couple of years later. This was Diego Costa, Cesc Fabregas.
Oh yes, Oscar.
Yeah.
But has Mourinho.
Yeah.
Mourinho, why is he third? And why is he not higher? Why is he not lower?
Do you know what? In terms of, if you were having the debate, what manager is the best in their peak, there is an argument that you could put Mourinho top. So like Mourinho 03 to 06 is comparable to anything that Guardiola has done, anything that Ferguson ever did, anything that Wenger ever did. He's that era of him is arguably the best manager that has ever existed. What he achieved at Inter Milan, what he achieved at Porto, what he achieved at Chelsea first time round was sensational, like truly brilliant. And I think that because people don't like Mourinho now, which I think is sad because I love, not only because of the Chelsea connection, I'd love him in the Premier League even if he wasn't at Chelsea. I I think people don't necessarily appreciate how good he was.
No, he's completely underrated. I think he's very close to the top two that we're going to talk about in a minute. I think he's very, very close. And I think some of the great Arsene Wenger sides and Klopp sides, they didn't always win against City and they didn't always win against Guardiola. But Mourinho certainly did, even in La Liga. You know, the one league title that Pep didn't win in a 4-year spell was against Mourinho. And I think they broke 100 goals that season. Yeah. Incredible. So, yeah, and that Chelsea side, it's all about what the peak Chelsea side. I remember every Saturday, Chelsea winning every Saturday for 2 years.
You've got to remember, it's like 95 points. We gave up by 3 games. I remember going to Newcastle last day of the season, and we drew because we didn't care. Like, it could have possibly been 100. We had 95 points. We'd given up.
That era of Mourinho made me feel like United were never going to get the title back. And obviously it came at a period of transition for us with the Glazers, and we had a lot of younger players coming in. But when we won it in 06, 07, quite possibly, obviously there were times when I was happier because we'd won the double or whatever. But that league season, like winning it back, I remember singing, Mourinho, are you listening?
You better keep a trophy
like that
glistening.
Era, I'd never, I think that's how I'd feel almost now if we won it. Like, being more emotions now because it's been so long.
Of course.
It did feel like at that time, we ain't winning this back for a while, you know.
Yeah.
Because this guy's so relentless and so good, and Chelsea have this Roman thing and all that. Obviously, it burnt out quite quickly. But
Fernandes.
There was that period where I just thought, we can't stop him. With Wenger, we always felt, all right, go again next season with this title's ours again. But yeah, Mourinho, then you look at the defensive record, unreal.
It's such a shame. Obviously, I couldn't care less as I'm not a Chelsea fan, but that kind of period where he got sacked so early in the first spell, and I know Abramovich had a kind of ruthless streak, and you could argue it led to some success, a lot of success, but you do wonder if he could have created a dynasty there. Yeah. If his earlier pathway at Chelsea could have been 7 years.
Well, you know when they sacked him, there was no reason. I think we drew with Rosenborg. We played Rosenborg at home and we drew 1-1.
Can you tell a story about that? Because you've told me it before, and I find it really interesting. And I think a lot of people won't. It's about Roman walking past Jose. If I need to, is that time when he got sacked?
What was it? I don't know.
Like I've heard. Okay, I'll explain it.
Yeah.
Because you told me a story about him walking past Roman and Roman like going, "Well, if you want to sack me," and he did.
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah, I did hear that.
I paraphrased the way you say it.
Yeah, I think that was after the Rosenborg game where he basically, I think it became a bit of an ego thing where he decided that he was unsackable, and because of his contribution to the club, we hadn't won the league for 50 years. Suddenly, we won it twice. We're in the Champions League. We drew at home. I think Abramovich wasn't happy with the result, and Mourinho tested him to sack him, and he just did. So it became a battle of ego. It became a battle of
I found it really insightful watching Lampard's interview on Stick to Football, where he was talking about how Roman was. And like he said, he never used to see him a lot in the dressing room, but the few times he did, it'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then they go out and win every game or something like it, kind of holding the standards up there. And when we talk about owners, there's a lot of things, wrong with Roman Abramovich. But when you look at like the demands he set on that club to win things and that, you'd wish every owner was like that. In terms of how they wants to win.
It was just about winning, wasn't it? Like Chelsea was set up only to win. It was like the best person in the job in every single department from top to bottom. It was like, are you excellent at your job? Are you the right person? Like we went and got Peter Kenyon put him on gardening leave from Manchester United just because he was the best chief executive about. Like we went and got everybody from the top down. It was about striving for excellence. The club is not that now.
It's not that now. So we've all agreed with third.
Yeah.
What's your second choice, Adam?
Boldy Pep. So I think it's probably going to be a clean sweep.
Can I ask
Buvey's change or something?
No. Can I at least ask how close is Pep to Fergie? Is it a lot closer in your opinion now?
I think it's a real debate.
I think we can argue about the styles of plays and things, and I know you won't like to hear this, but I do think like the 150 charges make a massive difference to the way Pep will be perceived. I think that will.
It depends.
A large part of them came before you even joined the club.
No, but until that gets cleared up,
it's Mancini era. A lot of them are Mancini era.
The way things are perceived. I also link when you look at what Fergie did in terms of, it's kind of like the Wenger Klopp argument, right? When you look at what club Fergie walked into, when he walked into that club, Manchester United weren't the club that they are now or when he left. Like we hadn't won the league in, I think it was 26 years by the time we won it. He had to kind of build everything from the ground up. Pep Guardiola walked into a club that was ready-made for success immediately, set up for him. they brought over the Barcelona style of play, to coin an Andy Tate phrase. They brought over everyone from there, and then they built, they had the setup for him. Everything was set up, whereas Fergie had to kind of build Manchester United into the behemoth of a club they become, and then had all the, the finances and things available. I think also the relentlessness of it, like he done, was it 3 in a row twice, so many back to back, the treble, the double. I know Pep's got the treble now as well. But yeah, for me, it will always be Sir Alex Ferguson.
What about the 2 losses to Pep in the Champions League and the lack of, because the amount of time,
the Premier League GOAT debate, though?
Only in the sense of what, Man United, they're a Premier League club. Where did he take them in Europe? And obviously he took them to the summit of Europe twice.
Well, just
is that enough?
Point, we got beaten by arguably the greatest team ever.
Yeah, of course.
In those 2 finals.
Of course he did, yeah.
Led by arguably the greatest player ever.
We said that Arsene Wenger only got to 1 Champions League final and lost it to Barcelona, and that was a discredit to him in his time. Is it a little bit baggy in terms of a lack of success consistently in Europe? And there are so many times where
Manchester
in quarterfinals
United
he didn't
won a European Cup in 10 years. Sorry, longer than that, 15 years. 15 years, 16 years. But he won it twice in 8, 9. Like 2 European Cups in 10 years.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Jurgen Klopp's leaving now. He's got 1.
But you know what I mean? Klopp got to more finals
and
in
people are talking about whether
he
should be higher on the list.
It's a very harsh criticism because we're talking about the highest standards.
He should have won more, and he admits it himself.
Exactly.
I think
quarterfinals, knockouts.
But again, it's a
got knocked out early to Real Madrid and the Portos.
I think it's the Leverkusen one,
Manchester
the Dortmund
United
one.
Porto was bad.
Well, again, the year that I was saying Arsenal should have won it.
Porto.
The year that Porto won it, they knocked Manchester United out. It shouldn't have happened.
But then you look at that, and again, it's to add to my point about it being a cup competition. Scholes scored a blatant goal. We knocked Porto out. Jose Mourinho was never the guy.
I remember going to Old Trafford in the.
But also, when he first came through, I think the first 5 years he would have been in Europe. 6 years, we could only play 3 foreign players. We couldn't, so we had to drop Schmeichel or Keane or Irwin or so there's a bit period of that. But then when we lost to Dortmund, Monaco, and Bayer Leverkusen, I think those are the 3 seasons where you go.
They're very, very minute criticisms. Ultimately, he's won 2 Champions League.
I think they're fair because he admits it himself. But again, I do think when it's a cup competition, anything can happen. Like we see with Pep, he was getting knocked out by Lyon and Monaco and all these different teams.
Yes, it's hard. Yeah.
I think overall the debate is there now, which I don't think we've ever had with Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't think there's ever been a debate.
I genuinely don't think there is. But
for me,
why do you think there is?
Well, I think that you can have a conversation around it. Whereas up until Pep Guardiola's brilliance, there wasn't a conversation.
Did you feel
it was
that
just
way before the treble?
No, the treble's significant in this. Okay. The treble's it's a bit of an equaliser in that. So in that metric, there's an equaliser. Because I also would always say, when people this is prior to City doing it, I would always say that the treble is the greatest achievement. When people go, what do you think the best Premier League team ever is? I'd go, well, obviously the treble team of '99, because that's impossible to ever do again. No one can ever do that.
Yeah, I've seen you do that because when I go, I think it might be 07, 08, you go, wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's just for prior to City. I found it very easy. It was great. It was a gift, really, because you just go. People go, "Who do you think is the best Premier League team ever?" Well, obviously '99, because that's mental. Because nobody will ever do that. Because I used to think, some records are to be broken. Like, I don't know, the 100-point tally is mental, but it will be broken once.
3-0 to Liverpool. Headed goal by Szoboszlai. Great run into the box. Seen a number 8 do that in front. It was kind of like an old school Steven Gerrard goal. Was that Bradley with the cross?
Yeah, he's been superb.
Is that a goal and an assist for him today?
Goal and an assist for Bradley.
And his defending against Mudryk a minute ago was superb.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I think you could defend against Mudryk.
Well, I know, but exactly. But even then, he is fantastic.
Do you know sometimes with regard to McKola and Mudryk, like, people I rate, people whose opinion I really understand and almost seek, they start telling me, like on social media, they'll start putting out how good he is or how he's doing well. I'm just like, what are you talking about? This guy's appalling. Like I think he needs to be sold.
I think it's the player you thought you were going to sign. So then people will go, well, it's not his fault, it's Poch's fault. Yeah, so then they'll look for excuses for it, right? We all do it with players that we like.
But just to round up that conversation, the answer for me is, and still will be, Sir Alex Ferguson for a long time to come. Like, I think Pep Guardiola making it a conversation is an outrageously impressive achievement from him. If he goes 4 in a row, suddenly that's something Sir Alex Ferguson didn't do. So you've got the 100 points that Sir Alex Ferguson didn't do. You've got the domestic treble that Sir Alex Ferguson didn't do. You've got
so much time there, though.
All of a sudden, it is another reason to have the conversation.
Never finished below third, you know.
And you know,
That's amazing.
but for me,
That's amazing.
I don't believe that the time will come where I don't say that Sir Alex Ferguson is the greatest Premier League era manager ever.
In the Premier League, that
when you compare Sir Alex Ferguson, like you need to start comparing him to the
Lippies and that.
I think when you take the Premier League out of it and you actually just say who's the greatest manager in the history of European football, then I think Pep. There's an argument he's above Ferguson.
But I must, and you'll think this is because I'm bitter, yeah. But you have to talk until it gets resolved. That 115 thing is very loud. And I also think when you look at the way the way Fergie won a treble with the academy team.
How's that got to do with him? What's it got to do with him?
Of course it does, because you've benefit. It's like
he joined the club. There weren't charges.
Remember LMA manager? You jump. Oh, you probably don't. I'm showing my age. You jump on. You put the cheat code in. Lots of dash. All of a sudden, you got unlimited money.
You can't say City's success as a cheat code.
And this is why City have to answer.
You can't say City's success as a cheat code.
I do think as well.
It's not why. So why aren't Chelsea top of the table then? Chelsea has to be top of the table.
Do you know what? Until they're found guilty,
no, but until it's resolved,
I don't think it should be.
Does it add to the football conversation?
No, it should.
Does it add to the football conveation?
No.
We're talking about football.
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
what are we doing? Law degrees.
Okay, it does when you compare how managers achieve things.
But you're getting it wrong because a lot of the charges are prior to Pep.
But they built the club that he came into. And it's like when
club got external. The club got external investment, and they bought players in an incredible fashion to win.
I don't think it adds
incredible amount of trophies.
No, that's why I've added it on at the end, and I never used it as like my main point of the debate. But I think
it's a non-point. It's a non-point.
It is a point.
Until it's a point, it's not a point.
It's a non-point.
But while it's looming large over the club, it's going to be.
But they're innocent at the moment.
Club. They're not innocent.
They are. They're
not innocent.
They are innocent at the moment.
They're not guilty either.
No, they're innocent then. No, there's no such thing as a grey.
Innocent until proven guilty.
There's a grey area. You're not a little bit innocent and a little bit guilty.
If they keep pushing the thing down the road, they're clear what they're doing. Let's not be naive,
mate. There could be a guy out there get charged 50 times for robbery. If he gets proven innocent, he gets proven innocent.
It is a boring debate,
but it does have to be thought of.
Well, you've thought about it, and we've said it's a non-point because it is a non-point.
No, you would say that though.
Yeah, but Roy said it as well.
I know why Rory says that.
So if it's a cheat code, why aren't Chelsea
for the debate? It doesn't bring anything to the debate.
It reduces the debate.
Had unlimited money, we'd go,
it's not unlimited money.
European
Not unlimited money.
He should have won more league titles, and we kind of frame what Arsene Wenger did, and even Klopp to a certain extent.
Surely for the purposes,
we've spent less than Man United.
Why I go, Klopp's the best manager in the world.
Because pound for pound,
it's not a good chat.
It's not. It's terrible chat. We spent less than Man United in the last 6 years.
Yeah, I think until it's a thing,
it's not 10x any other club.
It's
not a way of framing it.
But for now, Sir Alex Ferguson, I think, is undoubtedly top. But the fact that Pep Guardiola is even up there is huge. And yeah, I mean, if it becomes 4 in a row, and the fact that Klopp's leaving 5 in a row, you start thinking, and then
that's the concerning thing, because I think Guardiola came out and said, "I'm not going anywhere." That's what he kind of inclinated, and it's like, wow.
Use that end up where you could end up. He'll be gone very, very quickly.
Where?
If Everton's
there's lots of ifs. Interesting word, isn't it?
These fans are so silly. This is why I don't want to carry on talking because
it's not a City thing. If it was,
City fans going, oh, what if?
Yeah, exactly.
Proven guilty. It's like, stop being silly, bro.
What's silly about it?
We can all see the big shadow looming over the club at the moment.
What's silly about relaying basic law pedigree to you? It's a basic. Basic thing.
Why have you got the Avengers of a lawyer team then? If you're so innocent,
every club does. I bet there's 1,000 lawyers at Chelsea.
There's a reason why Everton are getting done right now for one charge, and City's is getting further and further kicked down the thing. And if Everton's is anything to go by with 10 points, and City's could be a lot worse than 10 points. It could be 2.
So where are the points now then? Where's the point deduction now?
You know what you're doing, Booth.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's exactly what City do. They're just kicking it further down
ultimately, we've got a football podcast, and you diluted a great football debate by bringing in law chat.
I added it at the
theoretical law chat.
I added it at the end. It's not.
Thanks for watching for the theoretical law chat.
But I am talking to a Chelsea and City fan, so it makes sense.
So, guys, Man United are the only club in England that can win any trophy ever.
True.
It is.
That's not true.
Man United FC. I bow down to Man United FC.
But what Liverpool did with Klopp is a lot more impressive than what Pep did with.
You're entitled to that opinion.
With City.
That's a fair opinion.
But if you can't end this saying it's a fair opinion, but for the 3 minutes prior you said it's not.
Yeah, 3 minutes prior I said your contribution about the law of Man City is a bit unfair. I think it is unfair. You can also say what Jurgen Klopp's done at Liverpool is very, very special.
He scored.
And Chelsea have scored.
Chelsea have scored 3-1. And Kunku.
Mate,
I like him a lot.
Mate, every time he plays, no, he scored against Wolves, I think. Every time he plays, he scores, but he just can't keep fit. Like it's
has he had another injury since his return? Jesus.
Yeah, he just can't keep fit. 3-1, game on.
20 minutes to go. So, I mean, another quick-fire goal.
It's a good goal, you know.
Oh, that's a fantastic
It's a really good goal.
You could argue Van Dijk probably could do, but no.
Yeah, he gets sent.
He does get sent.
He gets
but you
sent.
know what? I think,
he thinks that he's going to play it on.
Oh, he's done very well. Let's forget Van
really
Dijk.
Good
Let's
goal,
forget
man.
Van Dijk. And Kunku's done excellent.
I like him a lot.
He's a very good player.
Because he's even got Konate coming in behind Van Dijk. Then
It's
he's got
such a shame that he
McAllister
just
coming in.
can't keep fit.
What was the second injury? Do we know? Was it a reoccurring of the first injury?
No, I think that was more of a knock. The second, but the worrying one was when we first signed him, he got a knock in pre-season, which was the same injury that kept him out of the World Cup. You know when it starts happening twice, it's a troubling thing, isn't it? So
I like him a lot. Quick.
Yeah, he's a very good player. He would have played for France
if he
was.
started the season. His season would go very different.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, no, I think
it
it would. I think it would. Like I know I was sort of getting a bit carried away in pre-season, but he was very good against.
What was your
If
prediction?
you're allowed to get carried away, it's in pre-season.
Yeah,
What was your prediction for Chelsea? Where they finish this season? I can't remember what you
Champions
said.
League, I think.
What, fourth?
Yeah, I think so.
I was in Vegas.
Maybe fifth.
Thinking we were going to win the league and that.
Yeah, but do you know what? Do you know what though?
Lots of ifs there. Lots of ifs.
In a sort of existential way, I think there's a wonderful time in football. There's a wonderful moment being a football fan, and it's around about between August the 7th and August the 14th, right? When you just you're basically allowed to dream. Anything can happen. Like at that period, for that week, anyone goes, we can do it. It doesn't matter who you support. If you support a team down the bottom, you go, Leicester did it. You start genuinely believing. And it's at that time where people start asking me my predictions and I suddenly go, we're going to win the league. We are going to win the league.
But football's a weird sport. All it takes is a weird run of games.
Click.
And you win 10 in a row.
Yeah, to click. I know.
It's not crazy. Because you could argue, well, Thiago Silva's got experience.
Yeah.
You've got a fantastic...
And also,
Madrid's on the edge of the box,
Yeah.
Oh, is that a penalty?
He's waved it away very quickly. And Kunku's gone down like he's fouled something. So he's either very convincing diver.
Hang on, we're on the attack. You've got to jump up.
He's staying down as well.
Here we go. Madrid.
Crossed into the box.
Terrible ball.
Sterling's on the back post. Shot by Chilwell. Is that Chilwell? Who's that? Gusto, sorry.
Gusto,
Poch is asking for a penalty. He's already been booked as well.
Poch,
yeah. I'm sure I've seen him get booked.
Mate, do you know, he talks about being a disciplinarian and how he's a player. He gets booked all the time. That is a foul. That's a penalty. What the hell? That's ridiculous. How's that not a penalty?
You deserve at least one penalty in this game.
We deserve two.
Has the ball gone out of play
but at least one.
Or is it still getting checked?
That's dead, sir. That's worse than Gallagher.
I thought Gallagher's was
worse. I think
they're both penalties.
They're two penalties. See, this is the thing. If you're denied two penalties at Anfield, you're not going to win the game, are you? Like, you're just not.
And then you lose
It's one of
3-1,
them.
you're like...
It's one of them.
Yeah, real shame that.
Lost the point there.
Mate, also, the first one keeps you... The first one, you go 1-0 up, changes everything.
Yeah, especially then when Poch gets you to sit in. I can't believe this. Has it been looked at?
No.
Because the ball... I don't think the ball went out of play.
Joker.
I thought they were meant to check everything. I don't get it.
I don't think the ball's gone out of play. It has now.
Hang on, they're asking.
Right, Poch is asking for it.
It's so bad. What if someone gets injured in that interplay?
You know, in the they haven't done it.
So bad.
My God.
You know, in that circumstance, say the ball doesn't go out for, I don't know, 5 minutes.
I have seen before the ref go and stop. Like, once I've seen them go, chill.
Vincent Kompany wearing a suit jacket and a cap. Got to be stopped.
His hairline, though, isn't it?
Is he wearing those shoes they all wear with the white outline?
He hasn't got. Is he? He's bald. He's totally bald, isn't he?
He's bald, yeah.
Not a hairline.
A lack of hair.
Oh, well, you think no? But we know he's bald. He's not.
You can't have a hairline. He's got no hair.
Big head, though, isn't it?
Well, you think he's wearing a cap because
if Buvey was bald, he'd wear a cap. Sorry, Buvey. Seems like I'm going after you today.
I'd rather you go after legal chat. That was more interesting.
So 115 charges, Buvey.
No.
That's why you got angry at 115 because he's his cap size.
Mate, they all come in one size. That's the issue. Mate.
He can't wear a cap and a jacket.
Yeah, it's a weird combo.
He's been doing it all season, man. It's weird.
I do like a t-shirt blazer combo.
No,
Liverpool again. He's a donkey.
You're not in boy zone, mate.
Donkey's at the bar.
Why not? What's wrong with that, man?
Good combo. What, a jacket and a... What are you going to do? I feel like you're about to jump up
you
and
said you're
flying
wearing
without wings.
But you were saying you're walking around in a Versace thing.
That was Rory, not me.
That's what I'm saying, you.
Yeah, what are you firing shots at me? He called you a big head.
but you're walking around in a Versace dressing gown. I mean,
I've got my dressing gown happens to be Versace.
I think I might buy one, It's maybe want one.
What was it, silk?
No.
We should all buy one.
Shall I send you a picture? I'll put you a picture. I'll put you a
You've sent me
picture
many
tomorrow.
pictures in that, to be fair.
Have I?
Yeah. Didn't you bring it on a trip once?
Probably. It's just my dressing gown, though. I don't want it, especially.
You do want it.
No,
you don't spend like 500 quid on a dressing gown.
I didn't spend it. It was a gift.
That
I
you don't
would never.
want.
You got gifted from Versace?
I just wanted a
Did your wife go, Rory,
You're
what
doing
you want for
sponsorships
Christmas
with
if you want a
Versace?
Versace dressing gown?
No, I wouldn't want anything Versace. What kind of mug am I?
They sponsored your channel, Versace.
Yeah, Versace.
For a Chelsea reaction.
Yeah.
This reaction is brought to you by
I want
Versace,
Pochettino
mate.
sacked. This video is brought to you by Versace.
Dream sponsor? Super
Free
Six.
trade.
Super
Super 6. Joking.
Jesus wept, man.
That was a bad miss from Nunez, wasn't it, Stanners?
Do you want to put your foot in your mouth again?
Huh?
Today? At any point? Just let that marinate. Louis Van Gaal's Red and White Army. Louis Van Gaal is at the Liverpool-Chelsea game. I remember when Louis Van Gaal was last at Anfield. It might not have been this one, but Wanfield, we battered him. I'm just trying to save Buvey here.
I'm all right. Are you okay?
We also beat them
You're
once.
sweating, Ad.
I'm not sweating.
You're
crying.
sweating on your hairline.
Those are tears on my head.
Yeah, your hairline's going
I'm
back
sweating because of you. What you're doing to us. Not only...
Stanners even knows the joke. I can't believe that. Is it that? I don't know. But yeah, shout out to Super 6
I mean,
as well,
he's got
obviously.
access to the comments as well, so if
Oh,
he
that's
didn't,
true.
he will.
That is true. Yeah. Shout out to them lot. But yeah, any comments? I've not seen any comments for a while now on the club. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Would really appreciate it. And obviously like the stream so you can see more of these kind of streams in the future. Why they're all wetting themselves.
It's like a little playground
go
over
to
there.
the
What's
toilet,
going on,
mate.
man? With you lot.
Smash some water on your face.
See what happens when Jack goes missing.
Honestly, it's
Jeez.
crazy.
Jack, we miss you, brother. Stanner's getting it. What's wrong with him?
It's crazy, man.
What you smoked today? You on something? Got giggles over there. 3-1 Liverpool. That was a penalty, wasn't it? I'm still thinking about what you said. I can't lie. Can't lie.
There's a couple of penalties for Chelsea.
Super
really
Six,
poor.
though.
Yeah, shout out to Super 6. I'm looking forward to that game at the end of the season.
I think you owe them at Ad Reed. Go do it.
Super 6, obviously you get the chance to win £250,000. All you have to do is download Super 6. Please download the app. You're supporting the club massively. And it's 4-1. 4-1 and Rory's gone off to the toilet. Wow.
What? Shall we celebrate like Chelsea have scored when he comes in?
Yeah, that's a great shout. Okay, we're doing that. We're celebrating that Chelsea have scored.
And then he'll sit.
Stanners, give us the sign. Give us the sign. When he's about to come in, and we're gonna go. And you got to do it as well. Yeah, fucking.
Who should we say?
Mudrick. Chelsea. I will say Chelsea. It's 3-3 or something. 2-2. Give them a scoreline. Right, we're doing this, guys. Stay in the game. Stay in the game. Watch for this. Okay. 3-3. Oh my God. Yeah. Is he coming? Is he having a shit? Yeah. We're gonna run through the lines. Mudrick. Oh my God. Mudrick's doing amazing. Mudrick. What's he doing? He's running the whole length of the pitch here. They're breaking. Oh, for God's sake.
I mean,
Rory's
gone home.
Rory takes so long now on the toilet. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous.
He has to stand really close, that's why.
Yeah.
Further walk for him than us.
Oh, let us know your comments down below about this incredible game. For Rory, it's 3-3. We'll be telling him it's 3-3, but for everyone at home, it's 4-1 to Liverpool. Chelsea getting creamed, and I love to see it.
Creamed?
Yeah, that's a word that we can use. Oh, come on. What?
Is that like another way of saying they're getting fucked?
Mate, what? You said it. I didn't say that word.
I don't know what you're saying, man.
Creamed. Oh, you get cream, mate. Yeah.
Keep using euphemisms.
Maybe it's
I'm
a West
trying to keep
Country
up with
thing.
you.
Nah,
You're
we say cream.
young
You can
kid,
get
man.
cream.
I use his TikTok and that. I don't know if you're like using different lingo to me.
Smashed. Okay. Yeah, Chelsea getting smashed. Yeah, they're getting... Come on. Oh,
horrible tackle that by McAllister.
This Liverpool side, they're so good, aren't they? They're so good.
They're very.
They're so
I think
quick.
it's Klopp, you know.
Yeah, it's all Jurgen Klopp. Mudrick! 3-3! It's 3-3! Oh my God! Mudrick!
Four, yeah?
Didn't even get a flicker from
Idiot.
Rory.
Mate, what happened? Who scored?
Bradley Diaz.
Oh, God.
By the way, we gave Bradley 1 assist earlier. He's got 2.
Yeah, he is superb.
Mate,
Is Bradley our man of the match? I know we got 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
But we are looking at Bradley man of the match. Golden
mate, we've got to play these at Wembley yet.
Yeah, but you save it.
No,
You're
there's nothing to say.
False sense of spirit.
We're lulling them in.
You get smashed for
it's
it.
clever.
Wembley.
It's clever. I like what you're doing here.
No, mate.
You're bringing him
it's
in.
over.
Bringing him in. Getting
Their
Bradley
season's
right
over.
up for it. Bradley's going to be up for it. He's going to have a nightmare at Wembley.
Do you think?
I don't know.
Do you really
wishful
think that?
thinking? I don't think that.
No.
I just don't want Liverpool to win a trophy.
Can you believe?
Also, we have to keep Rory his heart in it.
Yeah.
So we get some tears
Mate,
on the
do
stream.
you know what we've got to do? We've got to go there and draw. Go there and get it to penalties. Like, that needs to be the
Got a chance,
tactic.
yeah, you got
You
a
know the
chance.
way that a lower
Didn't you
league
lose on
team...
penalties twice?
Yeah, in the same
Man
season,
City.
yeah. But you know the way that... You know
Oh,
the way a
right,
lower
yeah.
league team would play in a cup final against
Yeah,
Liverpool?
yeah.
We need to do that.
Yeah,
What
Luton.
about that today?
How would Luton play against Liverpool? Nearly beat him, didn't
They've
they?
drew.
Kenilworth
1-1.
Road.
Yeah. No, not
Nearly
Luton.
beat 'em.
I mean proper lower league. We need to just
Back
go there.
post.
Luton could have beaten Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool at home this season.
And they
genuinely.
only lost 1-0 against
They
us.
played you, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Lost
Yeah.
1-0.
No, they are going
They're
to...
superb, and they smashed Brighton.
Terrible day at the office. Do you think Caicedo, who didn't sign for Liverpool and probably had the did have the opportunity to, who's now been subbed while 3-0 down, do you reckon he's thinking, it's a shame this? I couldn't
No,
play.
because you got a nice big paycheck. He'll just sit in West London and enjoy his life. Go to Sexy Fish, whatever it's called.
Do you think that's enough?
It's a restaurant.
Yeah,
Man.
it's a beautiful restaurant.
You obviously have never heard of it, Ad, okay? You got to get cultured, mate. It's called
but
Sexy Fish.
I can't
Well,
laugh.
so you're just laughing at a word called Sexy Fish.
Yeah,
You're
it's
laughing at
quite
that.
funny. No, I was laughing
That's
at
very
your
juvenile.
reference.
No, but
I thought it was a good-
in fairness,
good
you
joke,
could
mate.
laugh.
What, the name?
The couplet of Sexy Fish, like apart from Ariel, nobody really. It doesn't really work. Who do you think's the sexiest fish about Ariel?
You just called Little Mermaid.
Why are you
a
talking about
sexy
Ariel?
Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are no fish that are sexy, in my opinion.
Not Ariel.
What, a fictional cartoon character?
Ariel's a
that's half
mermaid.
fish.
He's one of them sailors that would, that get drawn in by the siren
Yeah.
singing.
Homer and all
Yeah,
that.
he's just following his boat into the siren. Yeah,
but
I'm going to
you-
hit the rocks in a minute. Shit.
But you're saying that about a girl. He's going on about a cartoon half fish that he
You can
fancies.
be a good-looking cartoon.
Rory
Jessica
fancies a
Rabbit.
cartoon.
Do you like Cat Dog
Rory
as well, I
fancies a
guess?
cartoon.
Who?
Cat Dog. You remember that cartoon?
No, but
Cat
but
Dog.
when Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman,
Oh, wow.
now we're talking.
Halle Berry
but you don't
or
like
Michelle
superhero
Pfeiffer?
movies.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah.
But the new Catwoman's better. I forgot her name. Zoe Kravitz. Amazing.
Better than Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Better than Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mate,
Wait,
this is
Zoe
me.
Kravitz.
Trust me.
Lenny Kravitz. Daughter.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Have you not seen the new Batman with Robert
I
Pattinson?
don't watch Batman.
No, but you
Batman,
like
he's
it's
an
a dark.
adult.
It's dark.
Batman.
Mate, he's
If you're really bored, you
I watch
like it.
I watch
He's a
Spider-Man.
grown man. He's not going to watch.
I don't like
You've just
Batman.
gone on about saying you find a cartoon that's half fish sexy.
That's not it.
It
at
is. You
all.
just said-
If
you
you
just said a
tuned
fish is
in, I
sexy.
obviously
Batman
didn't say that.
also is some rich
What I'm
geezer.
saying is, some cartoons are made to be
Sexier
good
than
looking.
others.
Yes, like Jessica Rabbit is meant to be good looking before people start getting flattened by the geezer wearing a hat.
She's a 2D cartoon.
But she's still meant to be sexy.
But you find her sexy, as I'm asking.
I don't find her sexy. I'm saying that she's meant to be sexy. You can obviously see that she's meant to be sexy. Like,
Yeah, of course I get
mate,
that. Yeah, I
certain,
get that.
certain
But, but that's not the
Popeye,
point.
you see
That's not the point.
Popeye-
He's meant to be
cabaret
strong.
look.
He's meant to
Popeye's
be
meant
strong.
to be strong, but he's
Yeah,
not strong.
But do you find Popeye sexy?
That's not
no,
what
but
he
he's
said,
not
though.
trying to be. Popeye is
But do you
meant to
find
be strong.
mermaid sexy?
Jessica Rabbit is meant to be a real life mermaid.
They're not real.
What would you rather? Would you rather have sex?
Yeah, there's not a real. It's like in a real life unicorn.
Mate, Buvey, would you rather have sex with a mermaid? Would you rather have sex with a mermaid that's top half woman,
Oh
bottom
my
half
God.
fish, or or a woman that's bottom half vagina, but top half fish? So you can have sex with.
But if you're having sex, surely there's only one option here.
No, because you can have sex with the fish, or you can have sex with the woman, but then you got to
you're
kiss
looking
the
at fish.
Or,
You're looking at a tuna head or whatever.
yeah, you're looking at a fish.
And the eyes are all going around and all that.
Yeah, would
But
you
your
rather?
piece is going to be inside a fish.
Yeah, or you're going to be cuddling a fish.
This is why people tune into the club anyway. For this expert football knowledge.
Our producer Jack has started doing these little videos, like the marble video. Remember that?
This is the one that's doing
He
it.
can't believe what he's got in his hands tomorrow morning.
I've got a question for you then. I've got a question for you on this.
Yeah.
If you can think of the person in your life that your mortal enemy, the person who you despise, the person who you dedicate a little bit of your day to.
With espresso and a Versace
Lola
robe.
from Shark
Right.
Tale.
Somebody who you don't like, right? Somebody who you don't like.
Yeah.
So the game is you get £1 million, but your mortal enemy gets £2 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you accept the million?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So your mortal enemy, the person you dislike most in the world, gets 2 million, but you get 1 million.
Yeah.
You accept?
Yeah.
Your mortal
Will they rub
enemy.
it in my face? Like, will I see it?
To block them. I
No,
guess.
you don't. You're in their life as much as you're in their life now.
Because my mortal enemy is probably broke. So I don't want to help him out.
And I can live without £1 million.
You'd be getting £1 million quid
I
out.
mean, I haven't got any enemies.
You get £1 million, but
£1
your
million.
mortal enemy gets 2 million.
We get that more a week here, don't we?
Your mortal enemy gets 2. Do you accept the million?
Nah, I can't do it.
You got to, but
Nah,
surely you got to
realistically, I
believe
do.
in your own future more than the hatred of someone else. It's surely a positive versus
No,
negative
but I
thing.
believe in
It's
myself more than...
What, to earn
I
that
don't
million?
believe in them. So they're
Yeah.
never going to get $1 million, $2 million, unless
You're
I
getting
give
$1
it to
million
him in
for
this...
free.
Unless
You get
I
$1
give
million
it
for
to
free.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I could go, I'll back myself.
You could spend half that million on a private investigator to ruin them and take the money away.
Oh,
What about...
That's next level.
also, it might kill him. Some people, like, if I had $1 million when I was...
Yeah, a certain
My
age.
enemy's not young, by the way.
Yeah.
But if I
If I had $1 million when I was 15,
My enemy's
how
not
old do you
15.
Yeah. Why do you rate a 15-year-old, you weirdo?
Yeah. Well, that's not the weirdest thing that's been said today as well.
No, Buvey wanted to have sex with a fish.
Your fish one.
Buvey wanted to sex up a fish.
Do you know what the worrying thing is about that thing that you
Why do you want to
thought
sex
of?
a fish?
You instantly you went to the thing. You've clearly been thinking about it for a while. You went
No.
straight. What would you rather have, sex with a fish or sex with a woman with a fish body?
Yeah,
straight
random
away
question,
like
lad.
that. Like that. It's just random. Yeah.
No, but the fact that you would rather
How
have
many
sex...
WhatsApp groups you put that in? Be honest.
None. I'm in a WhatsApp group with you. Have I put it in there?
Yeah, but we're a business. It's a business thing, isn't it?
It's friendship, I thought.
It's friendship
I thought
and
we
business.
were friends, mate.
We're friends and
I'm
business.
feeling slightly wounded. No, I haven't. It just dawned on me. I thought, what would you rather do?
Yeah.
Sex with the adult woman fish, or sex with the?
It's a philosophical question. Are you a glass half full or empty kind of guy?
Would you rather? Like you haven't answered. What would you actually do?
Comments out of this topic.
What would you actually do, Buvey? I need to know your answer.
I think it has to be a human. I'm not a human head.
Weidman
I
says...
think
So you're gonna have
Yeah.
sex with a fish.
You're going to be hanging out
put
a fish.
You're gonna put your penis in a
All right,
fish.
then what? You're making out with a fish. Then you're making out.
So you got to
with
put your
a fish.
penis
you
in a
close
fish.
your eyes.
You could do that tonight. You're going to pop to Waitrose on the way home, aren't you? Go to the fish aisle, get yourself some cod.
They're not open. That late.
I bet you've done some... you have to close your eyes too.
What like? Some examples? Go on. You've clearly got some in your head.
I haven't got no
And
examples.
some legal examples as
I
well.
haven't
that
got no examples.
Some legal examples, you sent me to sleep with as well.
What are the comments? If you see, if there aren't any, you shouldn't flag it.
Yeah, you flagged it.
If you
comments.
went,
No, 'cause I had to
that
find
aren't
it.
there.
Yeah.
Weidman says, Rory strikes me as the sort that would have a go on a fish.
No. I think in this debate you have to
Jack
have
says,
sex.
Rory only needs a scallop.
Oh, you read that out deliberately, Ad. Now that is vindictive from you. You didn't have to read that out. You didn't have to pick that one out.
I reckon in this debate you can only have sex with the woman head. So, for example, I'm only
The
having
woman
sex-
head. I just said that.
Mate, wait, you don't have the only dibs on the
Yeah,
woman.
but you
fish
slagged
head.
me off for saying that. That's what I'm saying.
I
Do
just
you
think
agree
that
with me
No,
then?
because I think you're the type of geezer that
fucking
gets
hell.
his rocks off to a fish. But
You brought this debate up.
Yeah, but
you
you-
brought this debate up.
No,
I'm
but-
sat here having a nice time watching your lot get smashed.
No.
Yeah, get creamed at Anfield. Yeah,
you are creamed.
yeah. Honestly,
Yeah,
said
so
that earlier.
sexy language.
He said that earlier
No, you
before
can
you even
say
got back
cream.
with this debate.
Did he?
Oh, I've creamed you at FIFA or something
Oh,
like that.
say it, look,
For
you-
God's sake,
Cream
man.
all your mates, do you, Booth?
Oh,
Yeah.
don't say that, man. That's
Yeah.
horrible. No, stop it.
You
Ad.
are a bit of a sexual deviant.
Yeah,
Why?
you are.
You
Well,
just
'cause
are.
I don't do 30 seconds of missionary.
And then read 442 magazine. That was your best ever line.
You think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it made me laugh so
you
much.
peaked that day.
Yeah, also very true.
There's nothing wrong with 442. It's a great magazine.
I think we got to ban that word cream. Don't you?
I'll
using
stop
it.
saying it then.
Yeah.
You stop saying legal charges. You clearly don't have the understanding to bring up, and
No, I
then
have
I'll
a lot
stop
more
saying
than you.
creamed. Yeah, you more than me, but you still have enough to do it.
I think I should be
justifiably on the
allowed to
show.
say 115.
You said
Okay,
it.
you can say creamed.
Okay, creamed. Fine. Creamed.
Yeah. Mudryk.
Mudryk's through.
Look
Here
at
we
him
go.
go.
Look at this.
Look
like,
at him
meh, meh.
go.
He's
There
got
we go.
done there.
So
Left
Trent.
the ball behind him. He's like that. What is it? Coyote Ugly. Well,
Yeah,
Wild Coyote.
Yeah.
Coyote Ugly.
Coyote
The
Ugly.
one with
That film where they're dancing on the bar. They're dancing on the bar. Yeah, you deviant.
Dancing in the Moonlight, innit? What's the song called?
Yeah, Dancing in the Moonlight. Yeah.
Oh, what
Yeah.
a tune.
I think so.
Anyway.
Yeah, what's that? Is that where? No, it's not Salma Hayek. I'm getting.
No, it's a blonde girl.
Yeah,
Dawn,
I'm doing
guy.
Dawn. That's Salma Hayek, isn't it? Where she
Yeah.
pours the tequila down her
It's
leg.
the stupidest movie going.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, she moves to New York and she can't find a job, so she goes to a bar and dances on the bar.
It reminds me of Duke Nukem. Remember that? I had like all
There's a
sorts of
bar
weird...
called Coyote Ugly.
Is there?
Yeah.
Is there in New York?
Yeah, no, in London.
In London.
There was.
In London?
Yeah.
And the girls used to dance on the bar.
Wow.
Yeah. There used to be a strip club. There used to be. What was it called? It was called the Griffin. And like, you know, where it was just round the back of Farringdon, and they come round with a pot, and you just have to put £1 in the pot.
Okay, that's cheap. That's cheap. That's cost of living crisis there, isn't it? Strip club.
It's related to the
Still open
quality,
this place.
the quality of what's on display. Yeah. Put it this way: the Mona Lisa weren't hanging in there.
Mona Lisa's the most overrated bit of art, by the way.
Oh, for God's
For
sake!
God's sake,
man.
he's probably chucking orange paint on it.
Hey, I would. It's shit.
It's not shit, is it? It's one of the.
Who is she?
It's one of the. What do you mean? Who is she? What do you mean? Who is she? Who are the sunflowers that Van Gogh painted?
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, who is? Why is she famous?
Who
Hang on a
is,
minute.
who is
Hang on a
Macbeth?
minute.
Who is
You
Macbeth?
can't say who is a
is
sunflower.
Macbeth?
Was it
Who's
not-
Romeo
hang
and
on a minute.
Juliet?
No, no,
Was it not daffodils?
Huh?
Was it not
No,
daffodils?
he did sunflowers. He did. He's very, very famous for doing. Okay, no. You know.
It's shit, is what I'm saying. Every bank
not
is better than her.
Oh,
No,
Mona Lisa shit.
come on.
no. Come on, mate.
It is.
Come on,
It didn't, mate. If you look into what he did.
All
in
right, at
terms
the
of
time it would have been
Macbeth?
class because no one had
Macbeth?
cameras.
Huh?
Who is Macbeth?
I'm just saying a piece of art that was created fictitiously. Who is Macbeth?
Who's the fellow?
No, but Macbeth, I can tell a story about
Lawrence
Macbeth.
Fishburne.
And,
But
that,
it's fic-
and
it's
Lady
completely-
Macbeth.
It's completely
And she
fictional.
thinks she's seen blood on her hand.
Yeah, but you were like,
Tell me one fact about Mona Lisa, go.
huh?
Huh?
It's in Paris.
Another shit.
Is it in Paris or not? So I'm giving you a fact.
Where in Paris?
Huh?
Where?
Louvre.
Have you seen what they're doing? They're doing an advert. They're making the Louvre a Dorito.
Oh,
For an advert.
God. Oh, crazy.
Crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely.
Who sings that?
Patsy Cline.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah, it was in GTA San Andreas. Tyson Fury walked out to that. I thought that was one of the most ominous ring walks I've ever
great,
heard.
one of the
So,
greatest.
you know, it's always rock music or hip hop. It's that's amazing.
that, yeah.
But there's something so like he was in the
In what
prime of
fight
his
was
career.
It was recent.
Wilder 2, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah,
What
Wilder
was
2.
that?
Because the first one was just Free by Desire, his first
Yeah, that's
Wilder
no-
fight, and that
that's
was
no good.
yeah, but that was a laugh, and that was the Fury's on fire and all that.
Have
The
you-
second one was like Patsy Cline just slowly
But it
creeping
changed
out.
into another song, didn't it? But it was class. It was on the.
It was,
It was
yeah.
getting carried.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, so good.
Very
man.
good.
He was amazing that night.
No one beat Prince Naz's entrances though.
Yeah.
What was that?
He used to do movies.
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
it?
He came in
I
on a
remember one
carpet.
Halloween. He
Came
came out
in on
to
a
Thriller with a cemetery all around him. And that.
came in on a
Flying
carpet.
carpet.
He came in on a magic carpet.
Yeah, once as well. He's nuts.
Where's he from? Sheffield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bradford, Sheffield side.
No,
Is it
Sheffield.
Bradford?
Yeah. No, not Bradford. Sheffield.
Why don't
Bradford
you
and
say
Sheffield, very
Who's from
different.
Bradford?
Who's from Bradford?
There's a
Neil
Black
Redfern.
Shepherd- No, Cal Brook's from Sheffield as well. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm all over the place.
Mm. Yeah, Sheffield's like got good heritage.
It's 'cause it's got the
boxing
Steel City gym, innit?
yeah. Sheffield
all
Steel and all that.
Got a few more minutes left for Chelsea Liverpool. 4-1 Liverpool at the moment.
Oh God, we got to play them in a cup final. Why didn't Fulham beat these lot, man?
God. And they had some chances for them.
Especially they took the lead in the Anfield leg.
No,
Yeah.
crazy for crying
I remember
What a
being
nightmare.
in pubs and my nan singing that on
on the piano.
karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in GTA San Andreas.
It's good childhood, isn't it? Just being in
K-Rose, the station.
in
Oh,
a pram while
miss.
everyone's getting pissed.
But mate, do you know what? I was talking. I was on a podcast with Ad, right? And we were talking about like our childhood. There used to be a pub on the Kilburn High Road, right, called the Roman Way, and we're talking about it. I was like, I remember I used to have to phone the pub quite a lot to like speak to my dad because before mobiles and that. We worked out on the podcast. I was like, 0207 328 4541. I know the name. I know the pub phone number off by heart from when I was 11.
Yeah.
Like phoning, hello, my dad there.
Because you used to have to remember, no one had a phone book and that. Mental.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Kids these days, eh? Just lost half our audience there as well.
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck's going on?
He's had a
1
good
minute
season,
ago,
Canati, isn't he?
I think he's been better than Van Dijk.
Is he better than Saliba?
I think Saliba was very
Saliba's
good
better
last season, and Kanate has been better this
Who'd you
season.
rather sign?
Saliba, because it'd wind up Arsenal fans a lot.
But is he better? I think Man United's defence would be better with Konate.
Mate, France have some brilliant centre halves, don't they? Think about the French centre halves.
So they got Upamecano, they got Konate, they got Saliba, they got
mate.
Laporte. You could count Laporte.
Varane.
Still count Varane.
Yeah, Varane's superb.
Like, not that you're going to talk about this, but like, if you didn't have those brilliant ones, Kurt Zouma,
Pavard.
Mate,
Hernandez.
They've got so many good centre halves, France.
Yeah, and they're going to beat us in the quarterfinals again. Watch that space. Yeah.
It's true. We'll be covering the Euros here on the club, by the way, where you'll get more in-depth football chat about sexy fishes.
Yeah, this perv.
He brought it up.
You're the pervert.
You should know better.
Look, PRV. I don't know what you heard about me, but it can't get $1 out of me. The cigarettes and perms you can't see.
Finished. Chelsea been absolutely piped by Liverpool.
The Buvey is a PRV.
That is fantastic. From 18-year-old Conor Bradley ripped up the £1 billion Chelsea machine.
Yeah. Man of the match for Bradley. A goal and 2 assists for him today. Filling in
do you know what
Trent.
This does? Do you know what it really puts on show for everybody to see? Like, it's there for all to see on massive display, the disparity between Liverpool and Chelsea. How much better they are than us. How much better their run. How much better their manager is. How much better their recruitment policy has been. We were chasing shadows, really, weren't we? Like, that was the difference in performance wasn't dissimilar to watching Chelsea play Middlesbrough.
Do you not feel aggrieved by the penalty decisions?
Yeah, I do. I do, but you have to. What I don't like doing, because I find it very frustrating when my team win and somebody else will start harping on about decisions. The decisions were poor. Chelsea should have gone 1-0 up, or at least have the opportunity to go 1-0 up. The Conor Gallagher one was ridiculous. It should have been a penalty. But it wasn't given. The score when it wasn't given was 0-0. So go again. Like, you can't get battered 4-1 and go, but we didn't get a penalty on 7 minutes.
When you go to Anfield and you have 2 Stonewall penalties, kind of. Are we saying 2, 1.5?
I think 2. I think 2 were a penalty. So Chelsea should have had 2 penalties.
I think the second one's more clear cut.
But you've also got to remember, Adam, they missed a penalty.
Yeah.
Like, they've scored 4 and they've missed a penalty.
Yeah. What did you make of Darwin Nunez's performance tonight?
It caused a lot of issues for Chelsea, and I still think there's a lack of a finish there that in the big games will cost Liverpool in the next couple of years. It really will.
Yeah.
You need to do more.
But they got through this big game. Traditionally, Chelsea at home is a big game. And to beat them as well, Chelsea still sitting in 10th spot. Liverpool going to the top of the league. And they're 5 points clear of City, who have a game in hand and could go 2 points behind them.
If Wolves win their game in hand, they'll go above Chelsea. Wolves, we're at the end of January.
And their game in hand's against United, so they'll probably win it.
They'll smash you.
Who's the favourites for the league?
For winning the league, there is a quality in Liverpool that we just don't know. It's unquantifiable. I don't know how good Liverpool are going to be off the back of this Jurgen Klopp news. It inspires them in a way that we don't know. It may put pressure on them. There is a huge unknown quality to this Liverpool team now. But Manchester City and Arsenal look ominous.
We look good, man.
And just to explore this, Arsenal won last night. Are you discounting them from...
No, I just feel like I've always felt if it's not City, it's going to be Liverpool. So I'm kind of looking at a 2-horse race, but you have to include Arsenal in it.
Are Arsenal still in the title race, in your opinion?
Yes.
Okay. So
whilst they're in it mathematically, they've always got a chance, especially after last season, not mathematically, but while they, if
they beat Liverpool on the weekend, they're in it.
Yeah.
And they got them at the Emirates.
I'd argue they have to win that.
They're out.
Is it at the Emirates?
Yeah, if they lose to Liverpool, they're out.
City would be screaming out for a draw there, wouldn't they?
No.
City want one team to win, so it's a
I want
one-horse
Arsenal
race.
to beat Liverpool.
2-horse race.
Yeah, because I think we'll beat Arsenal.
But also, surely you'd rather go... If Manchester City are going to go head-to-head with anybody for the league, it's got to be Arteta over Klopp, right?
Oh, who they'd rather go head-to-head.
Yeah.
But but from a Chelsea perspective here, right? Trudging off the pitch there, Thiago Silva looking like, totally couldn't be comforted. I love Thiago Silva. I don't want it to be like mischaracterized in the way that I'm approaching this. But his lack of heart to win that ball when Diogo Jota went through. Like, where was our midfield? Like what Caicedo is supposed to be is this dominant, swashbuckling central midfielder who can put in tackles, win the ball and distribute the ball well. He's taken off with the team 3-0 down.
And by that same token,
Enzo Fernandez.
when you look at McAllister for Liverpool,
So Boslar on the score
who's
sheet.
kind of playing out of position because of the fact Liverpool never got a Caicedo or a Lavia, and he's playing out of position and he's doing magnificently well. I even thought he made some intelligent fouls today, if you can call him that.
It's important.
And then obviously you've got Szoboszlai scoring goals in the box. And I think one of the big question marks over Liverpool this season and towards the end of the season will be that midfield. Can that midfield get them through this title race? And at the moment,
they got the legs to. Yeah, they got the legs
I just think that if you look at what Chelsea have done, if you look at the performances today, do you know what I think sums it up? We had £250 million worth of midfield. Where were they? Where was Enzo Fernandez? When everything was going wrong, when the back line were under pressure, where was Enzo Fernandez? Moises Caicedo taken off at 3-0 down. I just don't know where we're going from
pitiful,
here. And then the terrifying thing from our perspective, we face these at Wembley. Like when you think about the juggernaut that they are, when you think about the way that they're going to approach it, when you think about how they, with Klopp, potentially Klopp's last ever appearance at Wembley, potentially. Imagine how they're going to be. Imagine how their fans are going to be.
Fired up.
And imagine how we're going to be. Like, the Chelsea WhatsApp group that I've been in this week, lots of people talking about tickets for the cup final. They're going to dry up, aren't they? Who's going to be desperate for a ticket after that?
Yeah,
but
this is hard.
And this is the kind of thing that comes at the moment because, with this Liverpool team, there's a lot of unknowns. We're talking about the midfielders, got a few young players stepping in who have been magnificent so far. But, in those crunch games, the finals, the big games towards the end of the season, that's when, is there too emotion involved with this being Klopp's last season? That's when all those things
our big players. So I've been desperate for Ben Chilwell to get back. Like, I think we've needed him.
Today.
He played very well against Middlesbrough. And then you look at that, like Ben Chilwell is one of the older, he's not an old player, but he's relatively new to Chelsea and he's relatively young. But he's one of our senior pros. That performance. I'm a big fan of Conor Gallagher, you know that. I like the way that he conducts himself. Didn't have a good game today.
No.
If Chilwell's not playing well and totally outclassed, totally outfought, made terrible decisions, gets booked for diving, Conor Gallagher not combative enough. I think the whole Chelsea midfield was atrocious today. We can't score goals, really. Like who? And Nkunku scored a blinder and we're so reliant on him. But without him, who is... It's not tactical, is it? It's not Pochettino working some magic or Chelsea doing something intricate and clever in the way that we saw Alvarez score for Man City today. Clever free kick. De Bruyne into Alvarez. Alvarez clips it in. Great goal. Chelsea didn't do that. Basically, Nkunku did something spectacular that nobody could predict. We have no identity. We have no team ability. We're relying on somebody doing something spectacular. That's not fucking management, is it? That's not a team coming together to work out a system. That's basically, you're a wicked footballer. You know what you used to do in the playground? Try and do that at
Chance and you're lucky, innit?
Yeah. So no, I think we are a shambles.
On that note, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. Remember, check out Super 6. Get in the description. I just thought about you again. Get in the description below for the link. Sexy what?
Good movie.
Beast.
Oh,
great movie.
Sexy Beast.
Again.
No, but they've done a prequel. This is a series.
Yeah, I
prequel.
thought you were the younger character.
You've got to watch it. You like it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
Yeah.
Finished?
And you'd love it as well. Sexy Beast.
Yeah, sexy fish like you.
Sexy Beast.
Yeah,
like you are a sexy beast.
You're obsessed with
Mate,
sexy. Yeah,
if
all
I
right,
were
I'll
to
take that.
describe you as anything, you could be the sexy beast.
Thank you,
You're a
Super
sexy
6.
tuna.
See you later.